Hello, I'm Dr. Roderick Little, Director of Bands here at Jackson State University. So the atmosphere of the vet is literally second to none. By being a part of the Jackson State University fabric and families as a student and now as a director, I've had the opportunity to experience it from many different levels. And it's something that you just cannot recreate. I don't care if you're a part of HBCU or the PWI. And so when you mix the Sonic Boom of the South and the football team and all of the synergy that we create amongst each other and between each other, you're not going to get that in any atmosphere or any stadium. We have an outstanding team with Coach T.C. Taylor under the leadership of A.D. Ashley Robinson. We are all coin to make sure that we elevate the profile of this illustrious institution that we all love, which is Jackson State University. And so when you mix the energy of the Sonic Boom of the South and when you mix that grit and that swagger of the Jackson State University football team, that's going to cause an ingredient that you cannot recreate anywhere else. And then I didn't even mention, when you sprinkle the atmosphere of the vet with 60,000 fans of our alumni, all of our friends and constituents of Jackson State University, all of those elements coming together, that's just something that, again, cannot be recreated. And we want to make sure that everybody that's connected to Jackson State University, they go out and they support our student athletes and also make sure that we support our student musicians as well. So we're coming to a stadium near you, the best stadium in FCS. It's the Jackson State University Sonic Boom of the South and the Jackson State University football team. You can purchase your tickets at gojsutigers.com/tickets. Don't miss out. We want to see you there. Go Tigers and love the Boom.
Great day to be a Tiger. JSU by 40 campaign. Coach Taylor, I was just thinking, I was sitting in my office and we were talking about Jackson State athletics, the tradition of Jackson State. You played here. What if 50,000 alums gave $40 a month for 12 months?
Man, that would be huge. That's money in the bank for athletic program.
Let's do this, Coach. I'm challenging all 50,000 alumni of Jackson State University, supporters, fans. Let's give $40 a month to JSU by 40 campaign. 12 months, 12 million. September to August, let's win championships in the classroom. Let's support Jackson State University. Let's support athletics. And let's make sure our coaches and our student athletes are successful. So again, Coach Taylor and I are challenging you, all 50,000 alums, $40 a month for 12 months to support Jackson State athletics. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Support the JSU by 40 campaign. Visit gojsutigers.com/JSU by 40.
What's up, everybody? Happy Friday, man. What's up? What's up? What's up, bro?
What's up, pimpin'? What's up, D I Love family?
What's good, everybody? Y'all come on in. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. Funky Friday, man. We played some football yesterday. We're gonna talk all about it. We'll try to break down as much of it, really everything, really the good, the bad, the ugly. Didn't have the outcome we wanted.
It's fun.
But everything we want still in front of us, man, and we're gonna dissect it. We're gonna break it all down, man. What's up, AJ? Yeah, man. It's you know, we went to ULM yesterday. Crazy day, man. The weather was shaky. We had a apocalyptic cloud come over the stadium while we was there. There's a whole lot happening yesterday. I gotta say this before we even get into that, man. We'll let the chat as y'all come in. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the share button. I'm up in Canton, Ohio, live from Canton, Ohio, man. Up here supporting our big brother Kevin Dent. You got the Black College Football Hall of Fame game coming up this weekend with Virginia State versus Benedict. That's right, Virginia State versus Benedict. This is hard, bro. We're gonna get some football. We're gonna get some football. But this was hard, bro. It was late getting home, man. That 2 hour. Listen, man. Listen, that 2 hour, bro. That 2 hour game delay. We had to listen. We had to. We. You know, you go through all the emotions, and then the game is over. What time was the game over, bro? Like 11, 10:30.
I was like 11:15.
11:15. Man, we got to stop and get gas. It was late. Coach Beef, what up, baby? It was late, man. Look, we had to drive back to Monroe.
Got in a little after 2 this morning.
Right now, 1:30. Around 1:30. I know it was 1:30 though, because I had to get up at 3. Look, man. All I know is this, y'all. I got to paint this picture for them. We all in the vehicle together. You know what I'm saying? Me, Zoe. Zoe was asleep before we got to the exit out of Monroe. He's out of there. I was hey, look, it was brutal, man. But listen, me, KT Dub, TD, Zoe, D Corey C, we rolling. And y'all know we talk football really the whole way home. Zoe crashed out on us, but we still, he woke up and gave a little bit of intel, but we get back, man. TD dealing with, you know what I'm saying? We got tires, a tire we got to get squared away. Listen, all I know is, and I ain't answering no questions for football right now. We talking. Y'all gonna go with the flow of us tonight. We ain't. So I don't care about your questions in the chat until we start talking football. Then you can come up and ask what you want to ask. I'm not reading the chat like that tonight. Moderators, if you know, y'all know what it is. I had somebody get on my social today. I had to block them. They jumped on my social talking about, y'all talk all that smack. Then with somebody, do you want to block them? No. Let me explain something to y'all, because I think y'all got it twisted. I'm going to get that disclaimer in just a minute. Let me get back to my story. So I'm sitting there watching bro mess around with his tire, and I'm saying to myself, I got to be up at 3:30, man. Getting to the airport. So look, I tell KT Dub, look, I'm finna go and go to sleep, man. It literally felt like I blinked my eyes and woke up, and KT Dub was like, hey, bro, come on, get up. Literally was like, get up. So we haul it to the airport. I make it to the airport at 4:30. Look, we got to KT. We got to the crib, Clinton, Mississippi.
Hold on. Hey, this ain't regular Clinton.
No, dog. No, man. And we ain't gonna go to listen. 1:30, I'm standing up in the parking lot looking at a tire. 3:30, I'm waking up, and you know how it is when your body falls into that good sleep zone. You got to wake up and fight through all that, and man, to get dressed, bro. I'm at the airport, 4:30, man. Flying to Charlotte, got to lay over to Charlotte. I get to Canton, and this has been a wonderful trip. Hopefully, you guys got a chance to check out the live. I went live from the Hall of Fame. I got to see the bus today, bro. The Hall of Fame bus, bro, in the room, man. This is pretty cool, man. I know this is my first time ever being here and ever going and ever seeing it. So if you ever get a chance to do it.
So actually, before you finish, man, tell them where you are, Ken. Let them know exactly where you are.
Oh yeah, I'm at the Pro Football Hall of Fame, man. I went to the Pro Football Hall of Fame museum today. Got to see the Walter Payton bust, the statue, Lim Barney, Jackie Slater, Robert Brazile, our Hall of Famers. I'm here, obviously here supporting Kevin Dent, KT Dub, and TD. Them are en route. They actually on a delay. They probably watching the show right now in Charlotte. So I don't expect TD to get on today because they're traveling, but we'll give him Monday when we do on Monday. We'll let bro give his take. And we like I said, we're gonna be raw, real, and straightforward about it. No, we ain't cut no corners. It is what it is, and I got some interesting takes that I do want to get into when it comes from that. But yeah, man, this has been a very eventful day. I got a couple of naps. So I say this, and I'm gonna shut up and let you give your preliminaries. I'm flying in the can, bro. These damn clouds, bro. I don't know what's happening right now. I don't know what's happening. Dog, do you know we flying into these big old thick clouds? This happened on the way to Canton, bro. All I know is I'm on I'm on the jet. We flying in, and the damn plane did this.
Oh hell no!
Look, I'm asleep. I woke up. I said, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa!" I was laughing. I was embarrassed, bro. I was scared out of my mind, bro. All I did, bro, all I could do. So this is what I did. I held my seat. I just breathed, bro. Put my head down, closed my eyes, bro. I was terrified, dog. I don't know, man. Turbulence. I just when your plane start doing this, bro, and you're going through them clouds, and it feel like my mind says this thing finna flip over and just I was so happy to get on the ground, bro. It's been a different day. Listen, we go hard for Jackson State. And I say that and I shut up when I say this. From the onset, I want y'all to understand something. This is a Jackson State platform. Y'all know where I'm going with this. This is Jackson State platform. This is one of the few places you can go to and just get all Jackson State content. If we wanted to go to a place where people are trashing Jackson State and trashing the school and trashing the coaches and trashing the play, everything is, the sky is falling, right? Then you can go to social media, you can go to other platforms, you can go do that. Shame on you if you keep coming up to Burger King expecting the Big Mac. I'm not giving you, we ain't doing that, bro. That ain't what we do. That don't mean we can't tell it like it is and speak real, which we will do. But when I speak, it will be from an optimistic pro JSU perspective. That's all I got. You don't like it, don't watch it. But if you're going to come to the house and indulge in some JSU, pro JSU content, enjoy yourselves. But don't tell us how to, do what we do. I ain't apologizing for that. Don't come on my social. I'm not even engaging no more, bro. So, we've been doing this for you. How long have we been doing this, bro? I ain't even talking about just platform. I'm talking about conversations, 10 calls a day, group chats, three-way calls, over a decade, man. And listen, everybody has their perspective. Everybody's an expert. And I support everybody's opinion. I do. I also have the right to not engage. Just because you up in arms and you feel this way, feel that way, don't mean I got to engage with you. I say, okay, and just move on. I used to be triggered by that stuff. I don't really give a damn no more. But anyway, let me shut up and let you come on in here. Before you don't get into the game though. Just kind of.
Oh no, you're good. Look, I excuse me. Man, look, just want to get into, man, look, we have to make safe travels back and enjoyed everything yesterday except the outcome of the game. But definitely want to talk about, man, I know we actually posted a clip of the little Chef Cloud as it was approaching us, but man, that video that we sent out didn't do it justice. Being on that field, and we actually saw it in the distance, right? Coming in, and it came in fast as
I ain't never seen nothing like that.
I've never seen clouds move that fast in my life. And man, I'm talking about it's the same Chef Cloud, if you guys are familiar, that comes in before a hurricane. The same type of cloud. And when we saw it in the distance, we was like, man, it looked like Armageddon is coming. And it was moving that fast. Seriously. It looked like an alien spaceship coming in, and it was moving that fast. It was very eerie, very scary.
I ain't never seen it like that.
Never seen it in my life before, ever. And but yeah, so I just did want to touch on that. I came back and I was like I said, I was telling Mika, because I was like, man, I took the photo of my man. The picture don't even do it justice. It really don't. The video doesn't even. And so everybody who was there, like, they took videos of it. And look, and I tell you what, I gotta say this. I love family. Before we get into the game, I know we didn't like the outcome, but man, I told you I was gonna do this. Ken,
I know where you're going. I was just boy. Well, we in sync, dog. We in sync.
Hold on. Look, I love family.
Yeah.
Listen, I need more of what y'all gave last night.
Yeah.
I complained about it, but for all the fans from Jackson who was in attendance, man, round of applause.
Oh, man. Shout out to the fans, bro.
Let me tell you something. I want to, man, please, on me, please keep that going. I can't begin to tell. Now, look, we always be engaged on the road, but family, the way y'all was engaged in that game last night, it was the first time. It was the first time ever, man. We impacted the game. We caused 2 false starts. We cheered our defense on. We gave them fight in the game yesterday. So look, before I say anything about that game,
hey, they go E6 in the building, baby. What's up, baby?
What up, nephew? The book of his sayings. Man, look, let me tell y'all. I just want to commend. Before I say anything, I want to commend every true blue Jacksonian that was in that stadium yesterday. Man, y'all made y'all presence felt. Man, y'all was engaged from the opening kickoff until it was time to go, man. I'm serious. I want to give y'all kudos. I just want to let's keep that going. Please, let's keep that going.
Hey, one more shout out. Shout out to the Boom, bro, for not turning around, going back to Jackson. Man, look, the elements were what they were. Look, shout out to my brother Dale Jefferson and all my, the E20 tailgaters. We was over there. They fed us good. Hey, look, it was a little shaky, bro, because it was lightning out there, man. But we wound up, getting through it. Man, who else? Who else we want to shout out, man? I was thinking. I thought about the Boom, thought about the fans. The fans did a hell of a job, man. Hell of a job, bro. Hell of a job. But yeah. So let me jump into these preliminaries real quick.
They have more fans than ULM.
Yeah, we did. They had some students there on the same side, but we came in there and we took over, man. The energy was amazing. Man, if we can get that in the vet, bro, it's gonna be a long season for those who gotta come play us. And we're gonna get into it. I love the naysayers and the doubt, because I'm gonna tell y'all like this right here. I don't know if y'all know this, but man, they'll know it when we get into the game. I don't think my take about the game probably ain't gonna be what y'all think. And I will not have my blue and white glasses on, like we say. We're gonna talk about football. We're gonna address the obvious and we'll get into all of that. But at the same time, I stand by what I said on Wednesday. Let me just say this from the onset, Zoe, and we'll get the preliminaries. I'll let you kick it off, because I know you had a lot to say on Wednesday, and we're gonna address every last bit of it. We ain't running from that. You know what I mean? I stand by what I said. I'm gonna say this again. We lost the game. According to the data, we had the better team on paper. And I also said we lost to some teams last year, which we had better rosters. We had the better roster, and we lost to some teams that we had a better roster than. I'll give you another scenario. I think we all can agree in 21, Zoe, that we had a better roster than South Carolina State at Celebration Bowl, but we got our ass kicked. So in football, having a better roster on paper or whatever, you still got to go play the game and you got to go execute. And we'll get into why we feel like the game got away from us and it felt close. But those who aren't really emotional, not really into trying to talk smack and all that, when you really talk football, got some challenge, got some intense conversations today, Zoe. Also got some positive. What's up, man? He said, let me get what he say. Don't lay heads down. We proud. Hey, man, it's on and popping, man. They'll see you through. They'll see you five in long enough. But anyway, let's jump to these preliminaries real quick, Zoe, and then we'll keep it moving. Friends with KC-1400 Inc. Shout out to the founder. We got foundation, man. Website, www.friendsofkc1400.org. Go check the website out now. Y'all know what our mission is. Our mission is to provide strategic resources and financial support to Jackson State University community through collaborative initiatives, stabilize and enhance the viability of our students. That's what we do. The school students, and our focus is Jackson State and growth in that community effort. Shout out to our sponsor, man. Hey, look, Hey, we pulled up the cannon. Tell them about it, though. You on here. We pulled up the cannon. I want to say a huge shout out to Billy, GM Billy Crozier.
Yeah, man.
We took the Tundra back because we knew we had our backpacks, and we knew that the weather forecast was going to be rainy. So we was able to go to Cannon, switch out the vehicle, put us in a Tahoe. We skedaddled on down the highway. I just want to send a huge shout out to our channel sponsor, man.
Yeah, man. Big kudos to Cannon Toyota, man.
For sure. Next up, Auto Masters. Shout out to Tim. I see Tim in the chat. Tim and Terrence, 601-927-7794. Hit him up if you're looking for a vehicle. They'll get you guys taken care of as well. Shout out Rex. Coming up in a couple of weeks, we'll be partnering with Dr. Ted and our first student who will be receiving a $10,000 internship. Absolutely, sis. That's right. They took care of us, man. They made sure we was good. You know what I'm saying? But if you guys haven't already, join the movement, man. JSU by 40. Man, we play it every show. The objective is to get as many alums as possible to join the JSU by 40 initiative, which allows us to continue to put resources into the athletic department. Shout out to A.D. Robinson and his entire administration as we continue to try to grow in that department. Season tickets for men's and women's basketball are on sale. Go to GoJSUTigers.com/2024 BB tickets. Just took this photo, bro, before we came back. Legendary. We got two legends in the building, man. It was a great pre-event. I got some of it on the live video that we did, but that's Dr. Doom. In case you don't know, if you don't know, you've been on a rock. NFL Hall of Famer, Dr. Doom, and you got new 2024 inductee, big brother Kevin Dent into the Black College Football Hall of Fame. A lot of legends in the building. So I got to tell you this, brother. Bro, Mel Blunt, big as hell, man.
I seen him in person.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Cornerback.
And he played cornerback.
Yeah.
I know Dion listed him in his top cornerback, bro. I'm standing next to him like this, bro. I said, what is he, 6? He got to be, what he got, 6'5", bro?
I would say he's probably about 6'5". He played cornerback, bro.
God. Mel Blunt big as hell, bro.
Straight out of Southern University.
I know, Southern University, man. That's a big corner. I know you got to be at least 6'4.5", bro. I'm telling you. You know, he rocking the cowboy hat like he always had.
And his running mate in the defensive backfield with him was oh my God, I just drew a blank from South Carolina State. Oh my God, I just drew a blank. Donnie Shell.
Ah, okay.
From South Carolina State. NFL Hall of Famer too.
Wow. Yeah, Coach Lewis said they changed the rules because of
him. They did. Mel Blunt.
In the words of the legendary great Rob J, that's a big old boy right there.
Look, Mel Blunt he's the inventor of the bump and run. He's the inventor of the bump and run.
Al B, what's up, baby?
What's up, Al B? Man, listen.
Go ahead, though. Do you think?
Look. Anybody who saw me last night, man, saw me. I was rocking the GOAT of JSU, Shannon Boyd jersey. Look, man, I talked to Al B earlier today, man. Look, I was man, surprised me. You know what I'm saying? And man, floored me. I totally didn't. No. He's taller than me. He's taller than me. Look, I'm 6'4". I'm 6'4". And he's taller than me.
Now, he did have his boots on now. Maybe it's the boots. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's the boots that gave him an extra inch. But he was about this much. For real.
Look, if y'all see me,
he was about right here. I don't know if you see my hand. Anyway.
I'm a legit.
Put an inch over my head.
I am a legit 6'4" on the nose. And Mel Blunt's taller than me.
Yep, because nobody half inch taller than me, maybe 3/4 of an inch taller, for depending on the day, depending on the shoes they were wearing or whatever the case may be. But yeah, man, he's definitely I don't know. Well, either I'm shrinking one because gracious alive. But anywho, shout out to the brother Kevin Dent. Spent some time talking to him tonight, and great time, man. Seeing him.
Let me cut you off. What was the turnout like, man, for the festivities tonight?
I was great, man. They met with both teams. Shout out to Amazon, man. Amazon cut checks for both Benedict and Virginia State. I think it was like $20,000 each. Young lady, HBCU Pulse. something to that effect. It was a good turnout, bro. They had both teams in there, 8. Had a lot of, it was a ton of NFL Hall of Famers and Black College Football Hall of Famers in there.
One of the things for those who's watching, so the Black College Football Hall of Fame, they typically will sometimes have the induction in Atlanta, and they do a lot in Atlanta with the College Football Hall of Fame. But the actual Black College Football Hall of Fame is actually housed inside of the National Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah, so I did that on the live. I showed it on the live. And what's so ironic about it, though, is I was in the building. I was actually late to the little event because I didn't have to. It was an event for the teams and everything. So I was just navigating through the hall, bro. That's a big old museum, bro. And as soon as I get to the Black College Football Hall of Fame room, I'm just going around it. That's when Kevin Ditt's wife calls my name. So we actually meet and greet in that room. That's synergy, bro. I thought that was pretty, because I had been in there for 30 plus minutes, bro, easily. And I hadn't seen him and hadn't really had a chance to talk to him because he didn't have his phone number. But anywho, it was good stuff, man. Let's move right on. Huge shout out to Zay Bolden. On Wednesday, we talked about it. He did. I remember we was hoping for this. He did get waived after they cleared waivers, but shout out to Zay. Patriots signed Zay to the practice squad. This is promising because obviously that he gets to stay with the franchise, continue to make a salary, and can be available in the event.
And we can speak to James Houston. Can still segue to be on that roster because look, and James Houston is the model that I would tell any HBCU player or any FCS player or any player in general. You know, again, you go from the practice squad. James Houston didn't even play the first 8 games of the season. No, first 7 games of the season. He came on from the final 9 games of the season and ended up having 8 sacks and parlaying that into re-signing a rookie deal onto the team. And he's still with the team since then. He got hurt last year, but back again for this particular season. Isaiah Bolden can do the same thing. So again, the main thing is getting your foot into the door. And just so you guys know, and we mentioned it with James Houston too, even though you signed to the practice squad, they're still getting paid pretty good. And that's for 5 months, I believe. 5 months that they make all their salary in. No, it's not no game-changing, life-changing, multi-million-dollar money, but those guys are still getting paid really, really good on their practice squad.
So I would assume, though, since you're on the practice squad, that you don't have to be like some of the other players. You know how they play games in other cities and states, and they have to take on the taxes of that. So basically, if you're on the practice squad, you're basically taking on the taxes of where you live.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool. And yes, he did heal up from his. He's been back from his injury. He had a great preseason as well.
Yeah.
Getting paid 6 figures. I want to say most practice squad,
300,000,
250 to 300,000. That's good damn money, man.
Like I said, that's in 5 months. So that's a pretty good deal. But again, you're still playing football Monday through Friday. It's a job now, Monday through Friday. Just solely at practice. They're not dressing out on games. They're not on the official roster, but they're at practice every day, still working on your craft and still putting things on film. Because, like I told you, James Houston parlayed being a practice squad player, having success at practice to getting on the active roster and making a name for himself.
Hey, and brother EA, that's correct. We will actually next week touch on some of that content. We got a hold to some data, and we'll touch on all the players that.
Can I just say one thing about that? I don't really get into the data, but EA, I tell you what, man, 19, actually it's 18 players from HBCUs or NFL rosters. Did you happen to tell you, if I told you guys that 11 of the 18 are from the SWAC?
Yep. Powerful.
11 of the 18 are from the SWAC.
I mean, that's good stuff. So what you see happening, and maybe, and we won't spend much time on it, but you're seeing one of the waves, and this is just something for our players to consider, all our players, even if you don't get drafted. I think about players like Marquise Bell, Xavier Smith, and I'm using, since it's EA, since you mentioned it, that's right. You said it before I could even touch on it, and I know whatever, we won't spend much time. But anyway, when HBCU players get to the NFL, at that point, we don't even, it's not smack anymore. You really just want to see all of them do well. You see what I'm saying? You want all of them to win. Because one of the things I saw in here today, Zoe, is that one of the I forget the name, man. It's on the video, but one of the things one of the Hall of Famers said was that when he was playing, one of the things he would do is when they were scouting the other teams and they would do what they would do, they would go through the rosters and look and see who was from HBCUs. They would make a concerted effort to go connect with them, collaborate with them, and really build relationships. Because it's a tight knit. Kevin did here in Pro Football Hall of Fame here in Canton, and he talked about a lot of the players just making sure that he was straight, man. They look out for each other. It's a brotherhood, man. And I saw some OGs getting on the new inductee, told him don't ever, they called him, I think his name was Robert or something, but they called him Rookie. And he responded, and they was chastising him, bro. Like, don't ever respond to Rookie again. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it means, but anywho, let's move on because we got to get the people what they came for now. But Patriots quarterback Isaiah Bolden, linebacker O'Shawn Mathis is signed to the practice squad. Congratulations to Zay. Let's keep it going, brother. Keep going. I know he's gonna be on that field this season, man. He's gonna be making some plays for him. So we're proud of you, bro. All right, let's jump into the game, man. We'll start off the talent level. So yeah, man, we go to ULM. Did not get the outcome that we wanted. We lose 30-14. First thing I would say, the game score did not dictate how close the game was. Man, it was. I guess the biggest thing for me, and I guess if I had to give my first overall initiative take on it, like how I feel about the loss, I just feel like we were right there. I feel like it was our game if we wanted it. You know what I'm saying? Not saying we didn't want to win, but I'm just saying that, damn, we were right there, man. We had multiple times in the game where we really could have took control of the game, and we didn't. We didn't. Zoe, you said on Wednesday that your number one key to victory was what?
Turnover.
Win the turnover battle. We lost the turnover battle 1-0. I feel like the first and only turnover of the game was really the turning point of the game.
Yeah, it was.
It was the turning point of the game. It's a 7-7 ball game. You know, we had some good stuff happen. We had some not so good stuff happen. And we just kind of did what we did or what we needed to do to stay in the game. 7-7. We're driving. I think Travis Terrell breaks his longest run of the day. And then Jacobian goes on third down, goes Fabo. He missed it. And initially I thought the ball hit the ground, but under the replay, man, bro, damn interception. Worst case scenario, what you want in a game like that, Zoe, is you want to at least go in the half 7-7. Worst case scenario. That's really what you want. And then if you give up that interception, you hope like hell that you can hold them to a field goal and it's 10-7. But that's not what happened. We turned the ball over. They got the ball in there on our side of it. And we fought scratch and claw, man. They scored with 14 seconds to go in the game in the first half, and we come out in the second half, and we march down the field 75 yards. First of all, before we even get into that, it was a bogus damn fair catch call, but that's neither here nor there. He was waving off Rico because I know a lot of people asked about that. But before I even go into the second half, yeah, we did march down the field. I do want to mention this, though, because this was something that was interesting that happened. I don't know if everybody knows this. So yesterday, before the game started, we were notified that Robert McDaniel was suspended for the first half of the football game. And we were told that our team wasn't informed until 1 hour before the game started. So apparently what had happened is that I'm assuming that ULM must have done whatever they needed to do to find out what happened. So Robert McDaniel was playing for Alcorn last season. He got called for targeting in the third quarter of the Jackson State game. The irony of this shit, right? So he gets called, he gets kicked out of that game, though. So penalty for that is what you have to sit out a half of football of the next game.
The next game you play.
So the very next game, and it just so happened that the very next game was him playing for Jackson State, playing against ULM. I was told coach was livid. Everybody was pissed off about it because I know we went into that game plan really. Robert McDaniel is a major part of what we do on defense. So, you have to start Shamar Hawkins in short notice, and we go out there and he was missed in the first half. He really was. So it was just kind of like, damn. That's what that's what I'm saying. A lot of times we just watch the game and we don't know what's going on and we don't know what's happening. But again, we're gonna take the mantra of Coach Javante Jones. Go make history, not excuses. We're not making any excuses for a 30-14 loss. We just gonna give the facts and give our opinions about it, and we're gonna move the hell on. So, but that's what happened. How much are we affected by that? Go watch the tape and you make your own assessment of that. But it did kind of knock a little air out of our sail a little bit, because that's why if you watched in the first half, Robert McDaniel was on the sideline without his helmet. But all I said, this is what we were told. They used some gamesmanship. They knew that they were going to do it that way, and they knew that Robert McDaniel is on all the watch lists. They had him circled, and they was like, we're going to wait till right before the game. We're going to tell him that he can't play. The first half, he got to sit out. I never heard anything like that. I thought that when the season was over, the season was over. I didn't know that a damn targeting penalty carries over to the next season. So I'll pause right there and let you jump in, bro. And we'll go a little further. But that one threw me.
Well, I think that it was on one end, I thought it was ludicrous. I'm familiar with it, and that's what blew me. To know that I try to stay abreast with the rules. I was very unfamiliar with that, but I think it's kind of a weird circumstance as well. But I just find it, how would you hold that up to a player, especially if he changed teams? I guess that's the thing.
I firmly believe it was Alcorn that did that.
No,
I'm just saying, if it was, go ahead.
Fine. If it was, one thing about them is that we get retribution on them. So, but I just thought that was very, very, crazy, knowing that he's, left one team to go to another one. It's like, well, no, that still stands, because that happened. You're punishing. I guess you'll say you're punishing the player, but it's weird. But I will say this. I do want to kind of make this clear. I know some people may feel differently about it, and that is, there were some calls that were missed on our end. And I know people automatically will say, well, they're not going to give us any calls. And to be honest, the game wasn't called bad. Did they miss some calls for Jackson State? Yes, they did.
Right.
They missed a face mask.
I can promise you that.
Look, they missed a face mask on the first play of the game with Travis Terrell. But again, they called it straight. And again, even with everything that was called during that game, we still had a chance, and we were in that game and had the chance to win, and we could have won that game. So I'm not going to sit there and put that on referees, despite how we may feel about it. Did they miss some stuff in our favor? Of course they did. But did they probably miss something for them? I'm sure they did as well. They weren't great, but they were just trash on both ends of the spectrum. I'll leave it at that.
There was a lot of holding calls they didn't call. It were. Go ahead.
There were a lot of holding, but again, that's what I'm saying. Were there missed calls? Yes, it was. Mm-hmm. But even with all that called and what wasn't called, we still had a chance to win that game, and that's with the bad calls. And so because of that, that's why I can't really hold it forward, because and we're going to get into those particular plays that we're going to get into, because there was two plays in particular that really stand out. They were both unsportsmanlike personal fouls on us that led to, on third downs, both of them, and led to pivotal first downs to sustain drives for them. And guess what? Both calls were warranted. They were legit. There was one false start that we have that I literally on the sideline am arguing that was not a false start. Look at the replay. Yeah, he did. Clear as day.
Yep. And so again, I thought they were cheating on the face mask in the second quarter, and I was like, damn, he did pull it.
So,
thought the ball hit the ground. Damn, there was an interception.
Yeah, so and like I said, but did they miss some calls? Yeah, they did. But we're not gonna put that on them. Like I said, we had opportunity to win that game, but we'll go. And I'll go ahead and I'll get to the specifics of what I saw within the totality of the game. Does this change the fact of what I stated last week about us having a better team? I think we actually showed that. We showed, and if you're there, We have a bigger team. We have a much bigger team. We have a longer team, and we have a fast team, and we showcase that. Do I think we have a better talent, more talented roster? Of course I do. I still think we do, and we displayed that. I mean, I think we're better at quarterback. I think that kind of goes without saying. We showed that our running back room is just as good as their running back room. You know what I'm saying? I felt like our biggest Achilles heel in that game was we didn't tackle well. I just feel like that was when I look at everything in totality for us, I just felt like we didn't tackle well. I feel like if we, despite how everything else played out, I personally feel like that if we tackle well and we're able to just get off the field on third down, it's a different ball game. They didn't throw the ball much, but they didn't have to because they were able to sustain drive. They were able to get long runs. And some of what they did was because of what they schemed. You know, again, I'm not sure if you guys could see it on the screen if you're watching it, but they are a zone running team. They do a lot of zone blocking on the offensive line. And also I give credence to that because how many zone blocking teams are we going to see in the SWAC? None. You know,
let me stop. We don't know that.
Well, as it stands now, what they may change as they may change do blocking as it stands right now, there aren't any zone blocking offense. Now, what they may switch up to do when they play us because of the game yesterday, but I highly doubt they're going to make that much of a shift to get to that. But as it stands right now today, we're not seeing that in the SWAC. Also, I would venture to say this, you know,
respect, nephew. I love it, man.
And that gives credit to what I just said. And I will venture to even say, you know, with the way that we looked yesterday, I'm gonna stay here now. We won't face a better team for the rest of the season. I don't think that we'll face another defense like we faced yesterday. Now I think we'll face better quarterback play in conference.
You think so?
Oh, I do. I mean,
let me challenge you. Let me challenge you on that. And I know you say because you said it in the car. You ain't think highly of General Booty. You know what our values are? Quarterbacks who don't turn the ball over. And he didn't put the ball in harm's way. He was 10 for 14. I think that's what we gonna get to. Matter of fact, let's do it. Zoe, you just talked about something. That was the headline for the Clarion Ledger. Jack State football struggles to stop the run, drop season over. That was TD's point in the car. I know he's not on, but he was adamant about that. You know what I mean? We didn't tackle well. Now, I made the case. I made the case, but I just mentioned how much does the elements have to do with that? We don't know. When you get a bigger sample size, if we play a few more games and we're seeing the same thing, then we're gonna say, all right, we're gonna stamp this. We're just not a good tackling team. One team, one game, FBS opponent is wet out there. E6 said they got to be better. We accept it. We move on. But let's get into the stats. Jacoby and Morgan, 28 for 23. It burns my heart because I wish he threw that motherfucker about 38 times, 30 or 40 times, in my opinion. But the stats are going to be alarming in just a second when I show you this. So Booty was 10 for 14, one touchdown, no interceptions, no fumbles, didn't even put the ball in harm's way. The three passes that he broke up, that he missed were, number one was a deflection by Isaias, a deflection by Petty, a wide receiver that slipped and fell over on their side. I don't remember that last drop. I don't know if it was an overthrow or something like that, but he was the ultimate game manager. So, to your point, I'm gonna go back to your point, Zoe. You think that in the SWAC we're gonna see better quarterback play than what we saw last night?
I think a game or two we probably will.
Okay.
From just quarterbacking, and what I mean by that is the majority. 3/4 of the passes that Booty threw players were wide open because we were playing off.
We gave him the underneath. I don't know why we were 10 yards away from the receiver, but
that's what I'm saying. On throws where when he was off his mark and he had to throw someone open, they weren't even close. And he should have had 2 interceptions in that game. And again, this is on a minuscule sample size because he only had, I believe, 11 attempts. You know what I'm saying? So on 2 of those incompletions, they should have been interceptions. And if we get those, we're all having a whole different conversation in his performance.
2 plays should have been interception.
Huh?
You said there were 2 plays that should have been
Yeah,
interception.
he said should have had an interception.
No, he
said,
didn't.
huh?
No, that was a high. He just made a hell of a jump. He said it saved a 20-yard pass, bro. Now, to your point.
No.
So it's an interception if it's a one-handed catch. Unless we're talking about a different play.
Hold on. He said there. Who else? It was God dog it that who was it? It wasn't Didi. It was one inside. It was one inside corners.
All I'm saying is I didn't see him put the ball in harm's way. I just saw. Oh, the other one was his other incompletions. Oh, what the ball got batted down. And shout out to AD Robinson for calling that, because AD was like, the way he throws, it's like line drives. He was like, man, we got to get up and deflect that. And as soon as he said that, like another series later, we got
K5. If it was K5, I mean,
no. They're talking about the fourth quarter pass by number 10. I ain't even got to that.
Talking about Booty.
No, we talking about Booty right now. We talking about Booty. Damn. Anyway, now let's get into the stats. All right. Shout out to Travis Terrell. Got a start. True freshman. Did his thing. Did what he could do. You know, he went out there and showed some flashes of just, you know, dominance and greatness. I really like what I see. I do feel like in a game like that, Ahmad was cooking. Ahmad had that 10-yard carry where he carried the whole pack. I would have liked to have seen, me personally, would have liked to have seen Ahmad get a few more touches. But again, I'm finna show y'all something. I'm saying this based off of what we saw, right? You following me, Zoe? Because I'm setting this up. Because when I show you these stats, it's gonna blow your mind. It's gonna blow your mind, y'all. So Ahmad was 9 carries, 46 yards. I think Ahmad is a complete back. He stiff armed Billy Pullen to hell last night, and then another player he stiff armed too. Strong, he's gotten stronger. He's fast, he's tougher.
I just got a text. The other one was K5 in the end zone that resulted in their touchdown. It went straight through his hands.
No. That's that was number 10.
That was number 12 though. But go ahead.
That was number 10, the quarterback.
Number 10.
Yeah. I ain't talking about him. We ain't got to that. That's fourth quarter. That's how they got 30. We're not worried about that.
Go ahead.
But I do want to say this. This kid, Hardy, number 22, he was running the shit out of that ball in the first half.
Man.
Yeah, he ran through us, ran over a couple of players. And he now I will say this, watching Coach Vincent in some of his press comments, he raved about his running backs. He believed in his running back. He said they got running backs that run behind their pads, they downhill runners, they ain't wasting a whole lot of steps. That boy was getting up the field. First play of the game, man. He took it for about a 40-yard game. But I will say this though. The first half was a tale of two halves. He got 103 yards totals, though, but he had the majority of those yards in the first half. But again, let's go to it. Like I said, 7-7 ball game. We're driving, so we get a stop. We moving. Fabo, you got to catch that, bro. Love you, baby, but you got to catch that. That ball go through Fabo hands. It's a wet ball. Unfortunate bounce. Got to give credit to ULM's player. That boy made a hell of a catch, man.
Yeah.
I wish, listen to me, I wish the ball hit the ground. You know why? Because Matt Hall is the best punter in FCS. I stand by that.
That first punt, man, had to be about like 65 yards.
Man, I was so impressed with Matt last night, bro. His ability to flip the field. We were playing the field position game. I just wanted Matt to be able to get the punt off. Now, TD brought up a great point. And then maybe something he can ask Coach Devancy. I think with that one block kick, I think we only had one person back there. I don't know how we chose to do blocking, but TD suggested, and I'm not speaking for TD, I'm just going by what we were saying in the truck. Both he and KT Dub saying we need to possibly move 2 more people back there to add a second layer of support for Matt so we don't run into a situation where we get a kick blocked. But Matt was booting that son of a bitch. I feel like if the ball drops or if Abel catches the ball, it's a first down, so we still rolling. It's a first down if he catches it. If the ball hit the turf, it's 4th down, and now Matt can punt that thing. Hopefully he punts it and pin them back to the 20 or something. Now they have to go, you know what I'm saying, 3/4 of the field to score before halftime. Does that mean so do they get down to the other side of the red zone and kick a field goal and it's 10-7 at half? We don't know that. What if it's 7-7? What if we don't know. But what we knew was drop pass lead to INT, which leads to them getting the ball in favorable field position. And we continuously, that line judge was giving them some very favorable spots, by the way. I was standing right there looking at it. But anyway, they score. We come back out in the second half. We go down the field. It's 14-14. Jacoby runs that touchdown. And my goodness, my golly. 3rd and long, Zo. We stop them. And here comes the flag. That face mask that Philip Webb did is unfortunate, bro, because those 2 plays were game-altering plays.
Mm-hmm.
I got to give ULM credit. They did not do anything to beat themselves. They ain't do nothing special, but they didn't do anything to beat themselves. And if we do something to beat ourselves, that damn game, that thing right, that play, this is what it felt like. Zoe, and I said this, it felt like every time we was trying to get into the driver's seat, we got out, walked around to the front door, and we was getting ready to pull the knob, and the damn car pulled off. It felt like that, bro. It felt like that twice. The interception messed that up, and so did that penalty, which gave them a 1st down, and they proceeded to march on down the field, and they scored, causing them to have a long drive. Let me jump into this since we're here. So I want you to look at this because I had to go back and look at it. Let's look at the scores. ULM 30-14. Look at the 1st down count. Jackson State 16 1st downs. ULM 17 1st downs. Rushing yards, they got us in the rushing yard. We got to get our rushing game established a lot better. But we beat them in the pass game. Go ahead.
Right there. I want to say something. Okay, you look at the rushing, right? Well, remember I spoke to time of possession. So 2 things stand out when I tell you that we were having problems tackling. That was our biggest thing. Because what the rushers, look at the rushing number. They have 40 attempts to our 24. But they only had, I think, 11 more plays than us.
No. Total offensive plays, 53, 55.
Oh, there we go. So, okay. So now watch this.
That's why I said it's alarming when you really look at the stats because you may feel like it was lopsided. No, this shit was really even.
So again, further brings back to, it heightens my point that I said earlier. Our biggest thing on defense was tackling. Because again, if we get off the field on 3rd down, this is a totally different game. So what it speaks to, and it shows you like a math problem, credence to that. They have 40 attempts to our 24. But yet still look how many plays we had. Now, even when it comes to passing attempts, you see, the thing is they only had 15 passing attempts because they went more to the run. You know why? Because we couldn't stop them from running the ball. We couldn't tackle and get out the field. They sustained drives, which equated to them having so much more time of possession. Because think about it. They got 11 more minutes. Well, I'm sorry, 9 more minutes. They got 9 more minutes of time of possession. But only got 9.5 minutes more time possession, and they only ran 2 more plays than what we ran. That tells you they're eating the clock, ground and pound. It speaks to that we could not get off the field on 3rd down, and they ran on all 3rd down. We could not get off the field.
So the answer to your question for this is yes, they did homework. You know what the homework was? Everybody had iPads and had those devices on the sideline. All you had to do, you could go back and rewind the plays real time and look at what we were doing. So if we were punting the ball, the coaches obviously went and looked at what we were doing and they made decisions based off the data that they had. They were able to process the data a lot quicker than we were. And I'm sure we'll be better in this area, but that's how I would answer that question, because both teams went in there blindly, not really knowing what the other ones wanted to do. So it said tackling. Coach Quinn did a great job putting us in position to win. We did a great job executing the game plan and being where we're supposed to be. We just got to finish. So that's kind of where it is. Play calling lost the game. I think it played a part in it. That ain't just why you can't play call and then have to make the wide receiver drop the ball and lead to interception. Play call and then make nothing. Then play calling wasn't game altering. It was a part of the game, us not being able to really take control of it. That is something, because this is what I would say when it comes to that. He said, oh, damn, his iPads weren't working at all. Hopefully we get better moving forward with them. Damn, okay. I'm glad you're here. It says to give us the skinny, because we don't have to say much on it. But when you go through the stats, punt return yards, let's see, punts. We punted 5 times, they punted 5 times. Matt had a better average. We fumbled the ball twice. One of them was a bad snap. The other one was Travis Terrell, took a major hit, but we was able to recover. Shout out to Evan for jumping on the ball. Penalties was about the same, 8 penalties to 9. They actually had more penalties than we did. Possession of time. Time possession, their coach did a really good job of managing the clock. He sucked the life out of that damn ball, bro. He was milking the shit out. Even when he came down to 4th downs, though, I was watching him. We were sitting there looking like, are they going to punt? Are they not going to punt? And then he'll wait till about 18 seconds, then he'll come or he would just say, let me use a timeout, and he'll make the time. He let the time run all the way down, call a timeout, then bring the punt unit out there. You see what I'm saying? So it was a lot of gamesmanship there. It was pretty good. 3rd down conversions, about the same. 5 out of 12. They was 5 for 13. 4th down conversion, they were 2 for 2. We was 0 for 1. I mean, we get 1 yard. I'm never a fan of shotgun with 1 yard to go. I don't care who calling plays. My thing is, I would love to get under center and just push Jacoby, just go forward, man. Give me a yard. Hell, let the running back get behind him and push him, for all I care. Red zone chances, we only got in the red zone. It was 1 for 1. They were 2 for 2. Let's go to the other stats. Here's a breakdown of where we had rushing. Travis Terrell 6 for he gained 15 yards. He didn't really do much on the ground from a rushing standpoint. Ahmad had 51 gain, but he lost 5. I like this because it kind of give you the breakdown. 5.1 yards per carry. You got to feed him, because Hardy had 5.4. But if you look at the rushes that he had, 19 attempts though, only had 3 yards lost. Cam McCoy came in for a play, negative yard. That was puzzling a little bit. Jacobian 23 for 28, 228, 1 touchdown, got sacked twice. The offensive line did a really good job. They had some moments in the second half where they kind of gave up some. Travis Terrell is a true freshman. He was playing in the championship game for Creekside High School out of Georgia last season, while we was doing interviews with Tiger Talk on recruiting visits. Travis Terrell, 6 receptions, a lot of screen, a lot of short stuff, 45 yards, where he really had his biggest impact. Marvin Landy, bright spot, 4 passes caught by the tight end. I didn't realize he did have 4 catches. My bad. I thought he had mainly 2, but the person that they don't have on here, because the stats are off, is Jonas Fortillion. Shout out to Jonas Fortillion, man. One of the ESPN top 10 play, man. One-handed catch. So these stats ain't right on our side. They left off Jonas. Hell, they must have been watching the game. Hell, it was so quick. But I think Jonas had 2 catches, if I'm not mistaken. He did, because in the 4th quarter, he caught a 1st down on an out route. So we missing his stats in here. I'm pretty sure on ESPN they probably got it corrected. But from what they had on the live stats, this is what they showed. So we'll have to fact check some of this. Yeah, man. But in the end, when it comes down to this whole thing, we'll do this. Let's do this, bro. Let's go ahead and jump into it, man. I'll start here. Opportunities, bro. We'll start with the bad first, and then we'll finish up with the good. I got a lot of optimism. Love that he says is in the chat talking. And we'll go from there. What is that? What's up, Blue? I didn't know he was in here, man. What do you explain? Did I miss? I ain't been looking at the whatchamacallit for a minute. Zach, thank for explaining that. Oh, okay, go ahead. Oh, Helmet Communication, FBS only. Yep, tablets are allowed at all levels unless the conference banned them, which hasn't happened from what I've told. Okay, so drop the link. I'll drop the link when we get done talking, brother. Go ahead, Zo.
I mean, opportunities. Yeah, there were plenty. You know, I mean, you know, we had opportunities where, again, we can get into the, you know, the 2 penalties, you know, but I mean, we had opportunity in the first half to just sustain drives. You know, I know some fans want to get into like what they feel we should have done from an offensive standpoint.
I want to just say this. I ain't want to put up that bad. I'm choosing my words carefully. Like, I don't want to put up, you can just, the ugly. The ugly. Let's start with the ugly shit first.
I mean, to me, the thing, again, to me, the ugly thing to me was, man, tackling. You know what I'm saying?
Now I said number 1, tackling. Go ahead. Keep going.
Number 1 was tackling, and that kind of goes without saying. But tackling, and then also I'm gonna get to man, just try to replay everything.
I'm right there with you on tackling. I'm right there with you.
Tackling, getting off the field on 3rd down, not generating turnovers, not generating any type of turnover. And to me, on the offensive side of the ball, I just wish we played with more urgency. I don't feel like we had enough. I didn't feel like we had enough urgency on offense. Yeah. I'm trying to go ahead. I'll come back with something. I'm trying to replay.
The number 1 thing for me is I don't feel like we have an offensive identity yet. I don't. I just think we, you know, and that's something that we. So this is what I want to say. Let me set it up this way. I'm not. This is what I'm not doing is I'm not going to highlight every play that didn't go perfect. That's unrealistic, y'all. It's unrealistic to just mention every little thing, but it's okay if we're talking about it. So it's all good. You do it however you want to do it. I'll speak to it this way. I think that, let me first of all say this. Our head coach is our offense coordinator. All right. There was the first game that Coach T.C. Taylor called as head coach and OC. I think he will get better. I think he will get better in that capacity. I do. He would have to let us know how that was. Because that, if I could interview him and talk to him right now, I would ask him, "Hey, Coach, how did you feel like? How was it? How was the game for you this time around? Being a head coach? Because all these been when it's been with head coach and OC, it's been in camp. It's been at practice. Now you go into a live game and have some good moments, have some not so good moments. You know what I mean? But everything we ain't privy to understanding all the ins and outs or whatever. So we just kind of go by what we observe. And I'm not gonna sit and try to, you know, explain that for him because he'll do his press conference and then we'll have the SWAT call. And I'm pretty interested to hear what he would have to say about that capacity. Like you said, Zoe, tackling is one thing that we definitely want to improve upon. E6 is here and he basically co-signed that as well.
One other point though, because since you brought that up,
it was one other thing I had. I mean, it just slipped my mind. I should have just wrote it down.
You're doing like me.
Hold on. Damn. Because within that, again, everything that I observed in that game, I really will make my assessment about the team after I get a sample size. I'm not going to deem the team anything until I see more games.
Oh, yeah.
When you start the game, when you start your season with your toughest foe, your first game, and they got a new coach, because hell, if it was the same coach, you can go back and look at film from the previous season. You see what I'm saying? You can kind of have at least something. But when you got new 70 freaking new players, you kind of got to go in and assess it accordingly. So I will say this though, Zoe, we have to, this is what it was, Zoe. We have to adjust quicker, bro. We have to adjust quicker. Here's my point. When you go back, we talked about this in the car. It's a numbers game. They use their tight end predominantly for run blocking. For blocking. They weren't throwing their tight end like that. We have to adjust quicker. Number one, okay. We're talking to Coach Rip before the game. I think according to what the game plan was, and without knowing what their game plan was, it's kind of speaking to that. General Booty does present a deep ball threat. So we wanted to take away the deep ball threat. And through my conversations with Coach Quinn, just all the way around the board, I think he felt very comfortable about the front seven being able to stop the run, because we have a dominant defensive line. But I'm going to tell y'all what happened, what I saw happening. Robert McDaniel doesn't play the first half, so you got Shamar in there. From a numbers game, we always was outnumbered from a number standpoint on the run attack, or you can just say 8. It was more like 8 versus 6. Sometimes it was versus 7. But they did do a lot of zone blocking, and what was happening was, if they're leading you in one direction, though, that running back start and he cuts back, and he was cutting back into wide ass holes, man. That was right there. So you leaving your linebackers and DBs left to, because the defensive line then got canceled out because of the way that they're blocking. They were obviously blocking to take away our edge rushers. That was the whole point. Their best offensive lineman to me was their center, the young man who came over from James Madison, in my opinion. But them together with those guards, I mean, they did a really good job as a unit, just kind of imposing their will on our defensive line. I still think our defensive line is yep, that's right. That means you have to adjust the front. That's exactly right. And Brother Jay Shaw, we did in the second half. From what I saw, we made the adjustments, and it absolutely. There you go. ULM is a run team with passing and shot plays when they throw the way. So with that, the opportunity there is that we have to see it now. When you get into the scoring plays, like the pass that went to the right over there with K1 over there, 1K over there, right? So you got Kivrick over there. He got blocked. Matter of fact, there was a penalty, by the way, that wasn't called because K5 was getting blocked before the
slot receiver. The slot receiver was actually, it was a screen pass. The slot receiver was already blocking before the ball was in the air.
To the point of, if we're playing more inside, more press, you kind of already disrupting that before it even gets started. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that he was off, though, it made it easier for the wide receiver just go to him and block him. Mm. Oh yeah, that Tymon Wells. Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna say all that. I mean, he's definitely a rotation player in his D line. I'm just thinking that we went up against probably the best O line we're gonna see all season. That's just my opinion. If that proves to be wrong, then I'll say I'll stand corrected at that time. But let me say this, man. I got to say this. I'm gonna take my hat off for this one. And I ain't trying to. This ain't nothing esoteric, but I need us to stop for a second. We had a lot of legends on here, and I said this to Kevin Dent. I said this to Fred McRae when we talked on the phone today. I said this to, and I stand by. I said this to Robert Brazile. So we got 4 Hall of Famers, don't we? W.C. Gordon is in the Black College Football Hall of Fame. Just saw him on the wall. You know something that W.C. Gordon has never done? He never beat an FBS school in his career. None of the legends that came on the screen has ever beat an FBS school. Jackson State has never beat an FBS school in its history. So this whole notion that the sky is falling because this team didn't do, we talk about 1987 in the USM game as if we won. Yeah, we did our thing, but we lost. A close loss is still an L, bro. And it sucks, man. It sucks to lose when you feel like you have a chance to lose. We just ain't never, I'm not saying that you didn't see what you saw. I'm just saying what it is when it comes down to that. At the end of the day, nothing changes. We got our $350,000. We went our ass back home. We didn't do what we wanted to do, which I said, I'm going to say what I said on Wednesday. We are going to ULM to win the game. I said, are we going to win the game? I don't know if we're going to win the game or not, but we going out there to play to win the game. We're not going to just collect the check and try to have a good showing. We going out there to try to book these boys. We got a better roster on paper. Is it going to translate? Are we going to execute? And we see the outcome. But the thing that hurt more than anything, so is because we literally was this close, and I felt like it was our game to win. And we know that the players know that they didn't do enough to make it happen. The coaches know they didn't do enough to make it happen. And Zoe, you say this all the time. The biggest jump for a team is what? Week 1 to week 2. Guess what? You fans, the same fans who was on the internet today talking about coaches getting fired, we do this shit every year, bro. This is what we do. We are Jackson State. We throw the baby out with the bathwater. We've been doing it for years. We have. But some of these folks talk like they done it. Ain't nobody that put on a Jackson State uniform can walk with the bravado that you played on a team that beat the FBS school. So why do we talk as if just because it didn't happen yesterday that somehow the damn sky is falling? Them teams that was dominant, that won back-to-back SWAC championships, though, they lost to FBS schools and they dominated the SWAC and they won. Though that's the data. It ain't my opinion, bro. I just get sick of seeing that. Because y'all want us to get on the damn internet and y'all screaming D.I. Love, but you the same son. I'm gonna throw y'all in the. I'm gonna start throwing y'all in the category with the coalition. Y'all part of the coalition too. I get sick of it, bro. That's just my opinion. Then people get mad. People really get mad at you because they want to talk shit about the school and you ain't trying to entertain it. Dude, we are in media now. We just watched our previous coach ban a motherfucker for writing a bad report. We're not going to tread lightly. We're going to give the data, but we're not finna get on there and be disrespectful. We not. But you do what you do because you ain't in the position that we in. And then you want to act like we ain't trying to, man, we ain't trying to do nothing. We know football and we're going to get a data. It is what it is. But that's how we do. That's how we do. I'm saying opportunities because I got a lot of good that I take away from that game. I took a lot of good away from that game. And I'm going to say it like this right here. Man, SWAC, y'all go ahead and rejoice. Y'all got to see us, bro. Let's jump to it. All right, come on, Zo. Let's roll. I'm ready now. What's the good? I'm going to start here with it. You know what?
Hold on. Let me point out one thing though.
I'm ready.
So, because I paused to let you go because I could think about it, but I'm sorry. No. I'm gonna say when you mentioned because I told you to go because I couldn't think of anything. But when you mentioned on the offense, I just want to highlight this.
Go ahead.
The only thing I would take from that game was that, and I mentioned to you during the game.
Please, Zo, please. I'm sorry, brother. Please don't do this, y'all, because you motherfuckers have selective hearing. Yeah, I said it that way. I am not sitting on the screen trying to defend anything that you said is bad. We said the same thing y'all said needs to improve on it. But because we don't say it the way you say it, you think we on here making excuses for people that we trying to, all that old fuckery, man. I get sick of that, bro. And don't attach my name to it because everything we say is on wax. And you motherfuckers are just lazy because y'all don't watch the shows and really quote what we say. Listen and tell me what I said. Don't tell me what you think I said or what you think you heard me say. Because I'm going to tell you that. Don't come and tell me nothing. You ain't going to tell me what I said now. So I'm just putting it out there. I'm sorry I'm using a few cuss words, but y'all make folk cuss. We got a whole lot of stuff that's wrong, man. I don't want to hear it. I'm going to say one last thing. I promise you, so I won't interrupt you again. I don't care. There's a reason people don't come to me with bull junk because I ain't going to entertain it. I have no desire to engage in that. And I ain't frustrated. I'm frustrated with how people try to impose their bull junk on you and then get mad at you, call you arrogant, say you this, you say you that, because you want to come and do all this fuckery. And then when I don't entertain it, you act like I'm the bad guy. No, you listen, bro, and woman, you can do what you want to do. You saw what you saw. You feel what you feel. And if your take from that is we suck, the coach need to be fired, the players are trash, then that's your take. I do not agree with it, and I ain't participating with it, and I ain't co-signing it. I'm done. And if you don't like me, don't follow me, don't watch, don't do nothing. I don't care. I ain't even finna follow up and see who it is. Block me. I pray. I really hope you do. And you might think this is arrogance. No, what's arrogant is you feeling how you feel, trying to make me feel that way. No, I'm saying this is how I feel. Like it or lump it. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say you mentioned a point on the offensive side. I was gonna say that I wish we would have took more deep shots. You know, I told you that during the game
Yeah.
because had we taken those, when we took those, we had success with it.
4 for 4.
We need to stretch that defense vertically, and we went 4 for 4 on those. And coincidentally, on both drives that we scored a touchdown, we had 2 vertical completions that aided in doing so. So that was my only thing from an offensive standpoint. But when we talk about the good, though, you know, there was a lot of good to take from this game. Like,
you can take it. I'll go after you go. I'm gonna shut up for a while.
No, you. I was gonna say, man, for starters, the O-line played well this game. When we talked about the O-line going into the season, the O-line played well.
34 whooped Billy Pulling, by the way. Whooped his ass all game.
Look, the O-line played good, man. Jacobian, though he may not have run, you know, as good as we would like for him to do. And to me, it was different. He ran different in the first half than in the second half. But I think, for all accounts, Jacoby had a good game. I mean, his completion percentage was great. We went mostly intermediate throws with him. Had some screens or some dump offs that were kind of like nothing, but had some good intermediate throws. But 4 for 4 on deep balls. And so, but again, 80% completion percentage is good. 228. So it's a respectable number. I think what would have transcended that, if he got another 40 yards, it's a perfect game. Because now you're talking about him having about 270. Go ahead.
A criticism that I will mention, because Kobe's my guy. Got to stop standing flat-footed in the pocket. Because he was arming throws, like that throw with Fabo. So Fabo ran that little skinny post. Fabo was actually wide open. And he kind of threw off the back of his foot and he armed it, and it was high. It was super high. And then another one, it was like a little slant route that he threw to Fabo, was kind of high, and behind him it was a little hard. He kind of got it. I think he needed to be a little bit more bouncy, especially in the pocket, and put him in a position where he can either break and run if he need to, or he can throw more precision passes. And that's just 2 passes, though. The other 2 was a high throwaway. The other one was a drop by. Yep, it was a drop by Fabo, and which was the interception. And I think the other one was the. So let me ask you this, and now this may sound like it. No, the other one was intentional grounding.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it was. So for 5 passes, you got 2 bad throws to Fabo, 1 drop by Fabo, 1 throwaway, and 1 intentional ground. Those are the 5 incompletions that I remember. Unless somebody can spot one that's not on there, because the stats may be off, and I think that's accurate. Though, keep going, bro.
No, I was gonna say, and so I mentioned the O-line, Jacobian, man, Landy balled out yesterday, and we actually could have used even more opportunities to get Landy more involved. But Landy had a damn good game. Jacobian was a good bright spot. The O-line was good. I think the defense as a whole, though we didn't tackle well, I saw things from a schematic standpoint, because, again, we did answer some other questions, though. You know, there were questions on Quinn and how he was able to do. I think we called it a good scheme. I think what we did from what he tried to do and what the game plan was a damn good game plan. You know, and I think sometimes, you know, as fans, we got to look and notice the difference between what's being called and what's being executed, right? The game plan and what we set out to do from a defensive standpoint against that particular team was spot on. Everything and what we wanted to get done was right there for the picking. I think Coach Quinn called a damn good game. It just comes down to, you know, execution. When I talk about execution on defense, that's tackling, man. Because, again, and it says put it up, man, the yards they got out the contact, if you take those yards away, we outnumber them even with what we finished with.
Yeah.
So, again, that's tackling is key. And so, again, I think a question got answered yesterday. We got the right man for the job at DC. You know what I'm saying? And so now here's the thing. Remember, there is no preseason. This is game 1. Also, we had a filling out period in regards to who the opponent that we're facing. So, you know, and I already know, listen, that some people may look at it like, oh, well, we're playing lame. To me personally, I think it's the perfect opponent. for that we're playing, getting ready to go until we play Southern. Because
we play who on the schedule.
Yeah, I mean, we play on the schedule, but I think it's the opponent's perfect because we need what we need. Because again, we got to tackle better. So now we got an exam, we got the grade back, and now we know what we need to work on. We need to tackle better. We need to get better on third down on defense. We answer those things because again, I feel good to the point that I think we got a good starting 11 on defense. I think there's some things we could grow on in regards to offense. I said we had the best running backfield in the conference. I still stand on that. Again, we didn't have our starting running back out there. We didn't have the second starting running back out there. Those guys are ready to come back. You know what I'm saying? This weekend. Next weekend. I'm sorry. I lose track of my days. Next weekend. And so you're talking about, what we got. And again, we talk about, Jensen not playing. Look at Landy coming in doing his thing. We talk about Swag T.O. and it was like, who was he? He make a miraculous catch, for that touchdown. And I just think we should have did more things vertically. But man, we talk about Matt Knoll. Matt Knoll, look, the good. Matt Knoll. We know special team was a problem for us last year. We look like we upgraded that. We didn't have any issues kicking the ball. Look, the kickoff team was good. We had a touchback. So we had two touchbacks. So look, kickoff team is good. Special teams is good. That's a plus. That was a negative last year. Our linebacker play was okay this game in coverage. I want to definitely highlight that. Our thing is tackling better. So again, there are some things to grow on. And again, I don't see us facing another team of what we faced yesterday. Now I know opposition may sit there and say, "Oh, they begged it different," because they're going to say it's ULM. No team in the conference that we play, they don't beat them. They don't beat that team, and I don't think they put up the fight that we put up. But go ahead.
I want to clarify something.
Go ahead.
I feel like I need to. I want folks to understand that what I just said prior to that, my little rant, that was specific to something that fell in my lap. That folks who feel like they needed to come at me with bull jump based off something I didn't say. So I don't want people to think that I'm saying this, that I'm directing that out towards people for having opinions as if I'm bothered by that. No, that's just what we do. We do that all day long. We've been that way. I think we win against Lane. We go whoop up on Southern. We'll be back having our chest out. But I will say this though. I think some of our frustrations though comes from we be talking smack, bro. Especially in these chat groups and shit. And then when things don't go how we want it to go, we got to go stand on that. And this is I learned from years ago to protect my peace when it comes to, I don't even read it. I don't even entertain it. If somebody, I'll say this and I'm going to move on because I'm going to get into that. Listen, if somebody comment on my page, I don't have to engage with you. I just block them and move on. It's just like these little UPS, the data breach, right? You get that damn text message that say your package was trying to be delivered from USPS and click this link to whatever. You just mark it as spam, block the number, and keep rolling, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do that, and then you keep moving. But anywho, I just wanted to make sure I put that out there because people tend to internalize everything somebody say and think that you're talking about them for having an opinion, and that's not what I'm saying. So I want to make sure that that's clear. I want to make sure that you heard my words, understand that, and don't create some false reality based off of something you thought I said in your own head, and it ain't what I said. All right, let's move on. You said something, Zoe, that I thought was critical. You stole my thunder. I'll start with the special teams unit. Special teams was an Achilles heel. I did say this last year. I did say this. Remember when we went to the MEAC SWAC Challenge? You remember how we performed against South Carolina State?
Mm-hmm.
You remember how our fans were standing up saying, TC, TC, TC.
Mm-hmm.
What happened next week?
Lost. Special team was horrible too.
We went to the Orange Blossom Classic and proceeded to get our butt whoopeth. You know what I'm saying? So if we're gonna take an L on the chin, bro, I would much rather it be. Now we want to win the game, but I would much rather lose that game and win out than to win that game and lose the SWAC. We play in the SWAC. We're playing for a SWAC title. We're playing for a Celebration Bowl, something we've never had before. Everything. This is a 12-game season. Azo, you said we ain't got no preseason. I look at that game as a preseason game to me. At this point, that's how I got to process it for me to move on. Look, every other opponent that's on our schedule for the rest of the season is a HBCU opponent, right? Yep. So let's go win. We still got to beat Alabama State. We still got to beat FAMU. We still got to beat Grambling. We still got to beat Southern, and we still got to beat Alcorn. At the end of the day, you still got to go win those games. So, but from what I saw, offensive line showed me a lot. I was very reserved about speaking about the O-line because it was so much mixing between different personnel groups to try to find out what they had. I thought, like I said, I thought Kurt Ford did a really good job. He had Billy frustrated, man. Had a really good job of really keeping the quarterback upright. Cobian had time. Sometimes, some plays he extended it to 4 or 5 seconds because the O-line gave him a clean pocket. Toward the end of the game, the second half, there was some times where he got sacked twice. Not that bad, man. I know Cam James, I think he had a missed assignment on Billy. Billy finally got his first sack. I was at the fourth quarter. We're trying to just drive. Okay, it happened. But for the most part, one thing I do want to commend, I want to commend our strength and conditioning. I do. You didn't see a bunch of guys out there gas. On the first game of week 0, we saw players from other teams throwing up. Even coach come out there and say, look, we wasn't prepared. You know what I'm saying? So I want to shout out Coach B for getting his team prepared. So we didn't see no injuries yesterday. I'm happy about that, man.
Yes, sir. That kind of go without saying.
Good deal, man. Did you see anybody going down with cramps?
No.
You know why? Because the coaches I sat right there when coach at the last practice, coach told the guys, y'all promised me that y'all gonna hydrate, because he told them he had everybody walking around with jugs, and it's the little things, man. Even when you go watch the videos that Austin put up, you see his boy walking around with jugs, making sure that you're properly hydrated. Just the simple stuff, man. No injuries. We went out, we played tough. For everybody to get up on both of their limbs, have all their limbs intact and no major injuries, nothing to report on, was a blessing, especially on a super wet turf field, man. So that was good. I like that we did adjust in the second half, and we did tackle a little bit better in the second half. I think we got the personnel. We saw some good stuff. You know what else, though, is that when coaches come in, you got new coaches, right? Yesterday, you had a lot of coaches that coached their first college game. Not a lot, but you had multiple coaches that just coached their first. There was a lot of firsts. This was Coach Quinn's first game called as an offensive coordinator. This was Coach Mario's first game called as the DB's coach, cornerbacks coach. This was Coach Chris Orr's first game called as a linebackers coach. This was Coach Javancy Jones' first college game coach, period. This was Coach T.C. Taylor, first time calling a college game as the head coach and the offense coordinator. This is Coach, you follow me, Zoe? This was Coach Rip Kirk's first game calling a college game as a quarterbacks coach, right? This wasn't Coach Manny's first time. This wasn't Coach Vincent Marshall's first time. You see what I'm saying? This wasn't Coach Otis Ridley's first time. So you had more coaches in the room, Zoe, that was operating on firsts then you had coaches that was operating from a continuity standpoint. So even with that being said, I think the upside is tremendous when it comes to what we saw in that capacity. KT Doug was really big on the O-line. He talked about just some stuff that he really was excited about with the O-line. Now, I felt like our coverage was solid, man. Now, when you go back to the fourth quarter, K5 actually defended that ball perfectly. The only thing he didn't do was complete the catch. The ball went through his hands, and the young man made a hell of a catch, man. So I have to give kudos to them, bro. If we don't catch it and they still catch it after it went through our hand, hey, they made the plays, we didn't. So, but Jacobian, bro. Even with everything we said, with the opportunities that we saw, I think Jacoby Morgan is the best quarterback in the conference, and I ain't saying that because he's Jack State Tiger. I'm saying it because I just think that there is no quarterback in the conference that looks like him, that's going to play like him. I think we got great team speed, and I think we got weapons that we just got to go use them. You know what I'm saying? Coming out of that game, not really showing a whole lot. Did Coach TC show a lot in that game with his play calling? It wasn't a lot that he got more than that. So that's a good question for someone to say, hey, Coach, what did you see? You know what I'm saying? I've seen some comments of folks saying they felt like Coach went conservative. They felt like he was holding some things back. You know what I'm saying? Like our whole season is ahead of us. So I don't know if that's the case. If it was, if it wasn't, I don't know. That's something he would have to answer. But I think in the end, I'm gonna say what I said on Wednesday. I stand by every word that I said. I don't change. I'm gonna say that though nothing changes for me in my thought process of this team. I still think we would have the best D line in the SWAC. It's all said and done. Our linebacker play absolutely got better. You see what I'm saying? Running back room is deep, but we got to use them. Would have liked to have seen Nate Blunt run that thing a couple times. You see what I'm saying? I would have, and Zeke. But Zeke got, I would have loved to see just, us go a little bit deeper in our bag. But that's the coach's call. They tightened up the depth chart, and they went with what they felt they needed to go with, and you live with it. You know what I'm saying? But having a good special teams and a solid defense, bro, in my opinion, gives you a chance to win every game. I think our offense will. I think we'll right our wrongs on the next game. But the reality of the matter is whether it's so this is what we have to do. So we got to do to Lane what ULM did to us. We got to not lose and go establish what we need to establish to get a W.
Well, I'll just say this. I mean, like we said, that we know that you make a big leap between week 1 and week 2, Ken, and like I said, it's just like any other game. We gotta go home and this first home game creates the opportunity because last time I checked, since we always, as people who watch games, tend to want to harbor and hold on to the previous season and bring it into the next season. What's the one thing that we didn't do well last year? Take care of home. And so this first game, say whoever it is, now you can create the urgency of taking care of home. It's the first home game, it's a home opener, and we can go. Hey, we did great on the road last year, especially in conference play, but we lost 2 games at home last year, and so now we can actually start this new season. First home game, take care of home. It creates the opportunity, and we can go 1-0 at home, and also and you start your first streak. You got to have a 1 win to get there started. But also, let's say there's room for growth. Lane likes to run the ball quite a bit as well too. So again, an opportunity to get better on defense, to get better at tackling, to get better at scheming, and also use some things to get in preparation for Southern. It's a game where we can sit there and you can juxtapose, the growth in Jacoby and the way that we're going to move. And like you said earlier, you felt like you didn't get an idea of what the identity was. Well, guess what? Next week, it creates the opportunity to dictate and show what the offense and what our identity truly, truly is. And you can go from there. So it's another non-conference game. But as you know, as soon as Lane is over with, we got Southern. And not to get too far ahead, but that's another home game. You see where I'm going with this? You win that game, now you're 2-0 at home, but now you're consecutive home winning streaks. And again, we didn't serve well at home. We didn't guard the yard last year. So now, hey, it's right there behind me. Guard the yard. And so now you have consecutive weeks. And now you can rewrite something new that you didn't do last season. But also, we're talking about, now you're talking about, having Herb back, having your full arsenal of weapons back and what that looks like and what that translates to. But again, I'll still also state that despite who's ever watching this, I still believe that no matter what you may think about the opponent that we played last night, we won't face a tougher opponent. We did some things to them that showed that we belong on the field with them, but from a talent standpoint and from what they do schematically, I don't think we'll face like I said, a better defense than what we faced yesterday. But again, we got to go out here and get it done. So the game got to get played. Shoot.
What happens if ULM is better than people think they are?
It won't prove nothing to nobody else.
No. I'm talking about us now. Forget the outside.
Well, for me,
here's my point.
What it does is it validate well, it's twofold.
If we look back after
I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna say to your question, it's twofold, Ken. Because see, we typically, if they beat us, right, but they go on to have great success, then it speaks to the caliber of team that they are. But then the other part of it is what we do. So to your point, they go off and they have great success, but then we go off and run roughshod in this conference. Then it actually gives us more credence into what we are, and then what we did within being the first game of the season. Because it also echoes what I'm saying is the best defense that we've played all year. So again, it's not BS. Like I said, we did have a better roster. We just lost the game, and look, if we walk up with our heads held up high, and we just go from here. The thing is, as you stated earlier, man, everybody else they got to come see us. And look, we got about 7 more games of the season. We're going to somebody else's house. We're going to go in their backyard. We're going to lock the gate behind us, and we're going to have a fight. We're coming to whoop y'all ass. We're going to leave.
You say 7 more games. What are you talking about?
That's about on the road.
6.
Okay, 6. I'm sorry, 6 more games on the road. We'll come to your house. We're going to your backyard. We're locking the gate behind us, and we're finna square up and made the biggest cat come out victorious. So we good in that regard. I feel damn good about this team. Everything that I stated beforehand about this team and what our plans are and what we say. I said it. I just got with Scotty BJ. I told them, look, I'm gonna say it again in front of y'all. I never said that we was going undefeated this season. I said that worst will be 10-2. Well, guess what? We got 1 L, and it's not far fetched for me to sit here and believe that we could very well just not lose a game for the rest of the season. It's possible. Very doable. I'm not saying we're going to do it, but can it be done? Yeah, we've done it before.
I predicted 10-2. I didn't, I chalked this one with FBS opponents. Of course, for me, this is my thing. I'm always pick us. I don't know why that's so shocking. I ain't getting on here talking about we losing. I don't give a damn who we playing. I'm gonna say we win. We gonna win because that's what I'm gonna go in there thinking. And then if we lose, then we talk about it, right? But at the same time, it's not like I'm double talking, but at the same time, if I have to pick a record, I say, according to the data, if there is a game that's probable for us to lose, then I pinpoint that's the game that we could possibly lose. That's why I have been consistently saying this is going to be a hard game, bro. I don't know why folks think we just going to walk down there and just whoop these boys, despite saying whatever we said. So it didn't happen. I said 10-2. I stand by 10. Now, who that other loss gonna look like? I hope it's 11-1. But if it is 10-2, hey man, I just want to win the Celebration Bowl this year. And if we win the Celebration Bowl, when we win the Celebration Bowl, I told them folks to book it, man. This is the team to do it, man. This is the team to do it, and I stand by it. Now, of course, that comes with fixing our woes and what I'm saying, righting our wrongs and being better prepared. And one of the things I love about Isaiah's being here doing, he's speaking for Isaiah's is a leader, man. He's one of the team captains. You know what I'm saying? Most vocal player on the team, making sure players are in their right position. Coaches speak highly of him. Future coach in the works, right? That's what you listen for. What are the players saying? What are the players thinking? The coaches just feel like they let one. Coaches and players feel like we let one get away. That was our game to go get. We didn't go get it. And we can still have a monumental year. Matter of fact, I think that's what the expectation is. But we're not going to look ahead. I ain't looking ahead at none. Here's what I will know. All you smack talkers that were talking smack and celebrating about us losing, y'all got to go play football tomorrow. We get to watch. we get to watch. So we had some, that same team. So let me ask you these questions, though. UAB plays ULM next week. Alcorn lost to ULM, what, 41-3? I think the thing that frustrated me more than anything, bro, is I did not want them to score that. I really thought that the score was going to be 24-21. I really did. Because what happened is that KT Dub mentioned this too. He said he felt like every time we gave up a score, we'd come back out and just offensively approach the game from behind. Felt like it was a lot differently than it was when it was tied. That was an observation from him. But at the same time, it's like, dang, we let one get away. It is what it is. Everything's in front of us. We got a whole 11-game season to play starting next Saturday, September the 7th, Lane College, 6 p.m., Mississippi Veterans Memorial Stadium. Thoughts on that? I don't know. Does Lane play? I'm pretty sure they play this weekend, don't they?
Yeah, I believe so.
HBCU go probably. I'm gonna go look for some film and watch them and see what they look like.
Bro, look, I tell you what, to your question that you asked a minute ago, bro, I would actually venture. I think I would not be surprised if ULM actually finished in the middle of the pack in the Sun Belt this year.
I said that I think I was talking to Fred about that. I said, man, we for all we know, ULM could be 6-6 when the season's over.
I think they'll finish somewhere in the middle of the pack of the Sun Belt. And here's the thing. I know we look at again where they're perceived to be, but to your point, if they finish in the middle of the Sun Belt, right? And we going to do what we know that what we're going to do, it gives credence to that game.
Also, man, listen, bro. A lot of people feel like we should. Why do people feel like us rooting for us and being excited about us is a bad thing?
I don't.
What do y'all want? Y'all want us to say, oh,
just ask why care. That don't bother me. That don't bother me.
I just they said kids don't be getting on there. I had somebody talking about understand, man. This is supposed to be the team. They talking about that. I appreciate y'all watching.
So there's an old quote to what you speak of. It goes like this: "What you eat don't make me shit," and vice versa.
But still, now let me say it this way. Now, I appreciate those that watch us. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. But listen, I'll do this for y'all. Give me 4 games. First 4 games, which are all non-conference games. If what we've said about this team doesn't manifest itself in those 4 games, whatever I'll get on this screen and say, you know what, y'all, I was wrong. We ain't what we need to be. FCS teams went 0-19 against FBS teams. Lost by an average of 36.8. Not a great week 1. North Dakota State and JSU had the closest losses of the night. And so in blue, it should have been closer. That's why I was so annoyed that they scored 30. I hated that. I really wanted to at least score 7 or something. I needed it to be a single-digit game. The fact that it's a 16-point loss, it just didn't feel like a 16-point loss, but it was. It was. They made spectacular plays, and they did not do anything to hurt themselves, bro. They played about as clean a game that you can play. And so if you play a game and you don't turn the ball over, you're gonna give yourself a chance to win every single game. If you're not gonna give the other team possessions. So that's a great point, Blue. But yet we talk. I saw somebody saying, oh man, ain't gonna be no. I tweeted, I said, listen, the rules are not different for JSU, even though you may feel like it is. You feel like because we whatever. I want to say this, man. I was looking at this. I still got it right here, bro. We was in the press box. I got the Warhawk. I sure do got yours, right? Shout out to but listen, when you get into stuff like coaching staff, you know what I'm saying? You probably can't see all of that, but the staff, they got a bigger staff than we do, and that's usually kind of how things go. We got a lot of coaches in HBCU ball that juggle multiple roles. So, we got Coach Beef as our strength coach. You know, FBS schools be having. He probably, you know, there are some FBS programs that got 4 damn strength coach assistants, bro. 4 assistant strength coaches, multiple analysts, multiple. What's the job of an analyst, though?
Man, data.
So if you got somebody that's really good at breaking down film, I think it was Trevor Riley was doing that for Prime. And a lot of the coaches in FCS ranks, they got to do that. If you're good at it and you juggle it, then you're just pretty damn good at it. It is what it is.
But that takes away from something else.
This is the point that I was. This is all I'm saying. The way this thing is set up is designed for FBS schools to beat FCS schools, just like Division I schools is designed to beat D2 schools if you got a good program. Every now and again, a D2 will whoop a D1, and it happens a lot from our level, HBCU space. It can happen a good little bit. But to Blue's points, 0 for 19, that's kind of the norm. You know what I'm saying? Week 1 was a lot better, though, because you had a couple of FCS upsets. Montana State, who was a freaking national champion not too long ago. I don't think they were national champion last year. They might have been a runner-up or something to that effect, but they beat New Mexico. So you'll get those outliers every now and again. And some of those FCS programs are flagship programs for their state, you know, so they just not on the FBS level. But it is what it is, man. I only thing we will bring this back up. I do want to give my brother Toronto a chance to come on and talk about what he saw when he come up on Monday. So we'll open this thing back up. Matter of fact, I'm not done. I'm sorry. TJ wanted me to drop the link. All right, we've been talking long enough. Y'all can come on in the chat and y'all do what y'all do. I'll listen to y'all now. So if you got a take, only thing I ask y'all to do is just try to be respectful with your takes. And I don't mean that you can't cuss or nothing. You know, I cussed, Joe cussed, and at the end of the day, try not to if you can. If you gotta cuss. That shit. I don't. At this point, it don't even matter. But just be mindful of be respectful with the takes. Get your point across without being nasty towards those that give us the opportunity to be in there. Yeah, we do. So I'm glad you said that. We do have a collective, so I appreciate you for mentioning it. We do need a NIL for him. We got the link in the chat, so if y'all want to click the link in the chat, then go ahead and become a member. We got multiple levels that you can choose, whatever suits your budget. We're starting already for 2025. I'm just telling you, we're gonna do this in a major way. So we got some big things. Click that link in the chat at the top. I pinned it in the chat. Go visit the website. Become a member. You want to keep these players at Jackson State? Help us do it by becoming a part of this, joining the KC-1400 collective, and we're gonna do just that. Because we're gonna do everything in our power to keep them Tigers in the uniform. Wow. Man, go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, man. Come to this.
I dropped the link, man. So if y'all want to come on up, man. I got it.
What's up, Kobe? Now, man, look, this collective, like I said, we're looking to change the game. As you guys know, we're already active beforehand, but this is just a whole different approach to it. And trying to move as one mind, one body, you know what I'm saying? With this. And like I said, this is gonna change the game. You guys go check out the website, and everything's pretty much self-explanatory there. But we're trying to do all these things that we're trying to do and take this to new heights, and we need y'all to do it. Like I said, man, if you're interested, just check out the link, give us a holler, man, and get this ball rolling and get this thing set up. And like I said, this is not just for football. This is for all sports, man. So y'all check us out, man. Come join us and get this thing rolling. But also too, man. Oh yeah, Ken. I think it said next week, man. Actually, it's gonna be Lane first game when they play us.
Oh, it'll be Lane first game. Okay. They don't have a. Okay, that makes sense. Well, they've been in the same situation. They got film now. Damn, bro. I think bro them having some flight issues right now. I'll get with him in just a second. Blitz City Podcast. So we got tomorrow, man. Let's look at some matchups, man, tomorrow. And I got listen, let me do this, man, real quick, bro. We oftentimes talk about a lot of different decisions. I was a little bothered by some, but I'll just make mention to it because I want to really scale it all the way back and be very tactful. I guess that's a word I could use when it comes to discussing this. I want to talk about that, man. This was put out there on the, I'm not letting it go, man, because this goes along with all of the other stuff that we see. And I just for the life of me don't understand. I want to be very calm when I say what I'm saying and not be offensive. So this is what the fans are wearing, right? This is kind of a color guide for. I really want to do this in question form. We play September 7th. First home game is historically called the W.C. Gordon Classic. Usually that game is a red out. I just don't understand what is this blue with red accents. Keep in mind, that is what Bro, are you serious, man? Again, man, I just want to. This is what I'm saying, and brother Nicholas, give me a second. We'll get to this in just a second. I know you want to wrap because you asked some questions in the chat. Happy that you joined us, bro. I appreciate these because a lot of times fans ask, "What are we wearing?" I just don't understand why it just couldn't be a red out. Because keep in mind, like I said, we don't have to wear a red uniform. Like I do. I have on a red, but this is what I'm saying. I already know what I got on. My question is are we I'm really not understanding this. I'm lost as to like what is the purpose of that. Because this is, again, keep in mind what to wear. This is very how can we wear a gray, which really should be GRAY, but anywho, we got a gray out, which is a part of the neutral color. We got a pink out. We got a black and camouflage. But it just seems like to say a red out has become outlawed at JSU is puzzling to me. And I'm saying this even if you don't wear red uniforms, fans can wear what they want to wear. I really would like an answer to that. And I'll ask the questions of like, I just want to hear the thought process. You can tell me mind my business. That's cool. It's all right. But I've seen us war with a color for years, bro. Remember in 1999, Zoe, when we was coming on the back end about football dominance, and then all of a sudden, what started happening? The red in the uniform started gradually fading away, and then we went to having uniforms that we no longer had red in them. I would love for every uniform that we wear have red accent. I would love that. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? The white with the blue and white, the blue and red triple stripe. A navy jersey with white numbers and red trim. I would love that. But I just was just trying to understand the war on like what is like it's like because Ken the band wear light blue. What they got to do with anything? What the band wears. Just I'll mind that our colors are navy blue and white. I'm fully aware of what our colors are. We know that W.C. Gordon added the red back in the 70s, bro?
Late 70s.
Late 70s, and we dominated. That red meant something. We wore red cleats, we did a lot, but I've never seen a school who wore with a color. Now, I am aware of the conversation about, being close to the JSU, the Jacksonville State, and how there's some confusion with that, but I was just taken back, and I'm saying this ain't my words. I got a text message from someone, a notable alum that just I didn't even know what the hell they were talking about. So, and I'm reading the text message. It was just frustration. It was just like, what are we doing, man? Why did we make this so hard? And I get it. It looked like we rebranded with colors. I'm not touching that. Y'all can use whatever color you want to wear. So much so that we had our coaches on the sideline wore lime green to call signals in yesterday. Yes, our coaches. So I guess because they couldn't wear a red. I don't know. I'm not saying I know anything. I'm just drawing a question as to what is wrong with a red out, which has been that way for quite some time. The past few years, it's been a red out. So okay, we've never wore a red uniform until Dion came. Dion introduced a red uniform, and I get it. A lot of folks say it's off brand, and but the student athletes love it. Usually, when during recruiting visits, though, they tend to flock to that red. Folks say that ain't our colors, though. Okay, even if you accent a color. So my thing is this, though. You said, listen, at one point in time, the boom was blue and white, and then we adopted that baby blue. And what is it? I Love Blue is what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
You can always update your style guide on your colors if you choose to. I just wanted to know why we made this a problem all over again. It's an alternate color. One thing that's cool in college athletics is even the NFL has adopted color rush uniforms, where you take a uniform, you take the smallest color, and you make it into an exaggerated color rush uniform, and the players love it because it's a different look. And we were wearing them red uniforms for one game. So let's say we do away with the red uniforms, though. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say we get rid of the red uniform. You still have a red out. Because again, you're basing that off of what the fans are wearing. Like, when did we get into why I don't know. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. We tend to be I'm sure there's an answer, but I've never seen a school struggle this bad with a color. And I could say a whole lot more, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have they promoted their black uniforms, but we still got our black uniforms. We got gray. I'm with that. Black, white, and gray are all neutral colors, and you can kind of work with that and use your colors. But if you can do a pink out for breast cancer awareness, and we, shout out to all the breast cancer survivors, and we love that. We love that. I love to see the stands filled with pink. I love when they do they make the field show into a ribbon. I love all of that. That's an easy thing to do. For some strange reason, we just, when it comes to the red, it's like, whoa, you just going too far. Let's do accents only. Wow. Nicholas, what's up, brother?
What's up, Miss Ken? How you doing?
Wonderful. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. Been waiting to hop on and stuff. Watching the game watching the game last night and stuff, a lot of stuff got answered for me about this year's team, Jackson State. So could I start with negative
So whatever you want to start with.
You start with the bad and then the positive. So bad tackling needs to be fixed, but I already know they're gonna fix it. So that doesn't bother me and stuff. It's the first game and stuff. Yes, ULM had studs at running back. Yes, if they stop the run, JSU actually does win that game. I know that for a fact. What else? One block punt again and stuff. I think that was just nerves. Somebody missed an assignment. They just got nervous. So that's the only bad thing about special teams I've seen. Play calling, for what a lot of people already said, yeah, the ball should have been pushed down the field a little bit more because the wide receiver, I forgot his name stuff, but the one that made that catch, if he could do that to one of ULM's cornerbacks, I'm pretty sure the other wide receivers could do the same thing. So that's what was going through my head when I seen that. I said, are we gonna open up? Are we gonna open up and throw to the rest of the the wide receivers after I seen that?
Can I jump in just a quick second? I made this point. I want to get your take on this because I didn't even bother saying it, Zoe, because Zoe will tell you in the truck last night. I was like, bro, the field was saturated. The uniforms are wet. What's your thoughts on the elements affecting tackling? Answer that after you finish your point. Go ahead.
Yeah. So for the most part, that's all I have for for what's bad. And elements do play a part in stuff, because I will say this. I do play, what's it called? I play semi-pro. And I know, like, when the field does be wet, it is hard to tackle. So it is hard. It's hard to tackle a little bit more and stuff when everybody's wet. The uniform is wet. So I'm not excusing that for what went on with tackling, but it does play a part. Who knows if the field was drier, they probably would have made better tackles. I did see that they cleaned up a little bit of they tackling once the third and fourth quarter came. Whoever number 7 is a headhunter.
Reed Pulling.
Yeah, number 7 remind me of Silman Craig.
Okay.
Yeah, the way he come down and stuff. I think he popped one. They started running back and stuff, and I was laughing a little bit. Positives. Great job from Jacoby and Morgan for going out and passing for 228 yards, 1 touchdown. That interception, I'm really not gonna put that on him and stuff. He threw it to the wide receiver, tip drill. It happens. JSU's O-line is for real. Them boys up front, they for real. The D-line has been fixed for what I've seen. So I like that. Special teams was also fixed. For the most part of stuff, other than ULM with that cheap last touchdown, which I didn't agree with, but hey, I guess you need a moral victory. That way it looks good for, College Station or whatever. Jackson State is going to be great this year. I already know that for a fact after what I seen. So I'm not worried.
I agree. I think we gotta see a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think when we see it, I think we'll be content with what we see. I don't yeah, I said everything. I won't let TJ get up in here. I don't want to be redundant. TJ, how you feeling, bro?
All right, I'm feeling good, Ken. What about yourself?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm good. What's your thoughts, man?
All right, man. This is for the naysayers, man. I got to make this clear too. And you know what, Ken? When you say, we are our own enemy, that is true. Like, we gotta stop that because for us, they consider SWAC FCS to go and play up with FBS school. Man, we did a hell of a goddamn job, man. Overall average, you know what I'm saying? I know we had hiccups, but overall, just overall play, I give us a B plus, bro. I give us a B plus because you take that same, you play any other SWAC teams, that's 40, 50, 60 points. We didn't allow that.
It's a lot of points.
From how ULM run, I'm knowing the scheme that they run, I'm knowing they're gonna put up 40, 50 points. They ain't got the defense to stop it.
I see what you mean.
Okay. So my negative was this. Okay. Of course, like you said, it was raining. Okay, slippery as wet. Now, this the pointer that I took from it. If they was run heavy, I felt like we could have pulled the DBs in come in a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah,
to help out.
TD made that point first in the car when we was on the way home. He was like, "Bro, why our DB's playing so far off?"
Yeah.
That was different. But keep going.
But positives, man. When JD and Irv come back, and we somewhat, TC figure out how to put Travis Terrell probably in a slot receiver to go along. Because I'm telling you now, if they start Travis in the slot and he got to go against them linebackers, I'm telling you, he gonna score at least 10 touchdowns.
See,
go ahead.
This is why I didn't bring up the field. Burnett, you made my point. Notice that in my take, I didn't bring it up, even though we talked about it. The reason I didn't want to bring up the field is because I already knew that no matter how you explain it, now we left the game, my shoes and my socks were soaking wet. They were. But if you say that was a thing, you can say, well, hell, they played on the same field we played on. They missed some tackles too. We just didn't keep up with the tackles that they missed. We really only keep. Most people just watch us. We watch ourselves, but it was just a question. I mean, was it a factor? You'd have to ask the players. If it wasn't a factor, it wasn't a factor. But I'm not gonna make it a factor, and that's why I didn't bring it up. But anywho, I only highlighted the comment, and I'm not talking about you, Burnett. I'm saying this why I didn't bring it up. I didn't want to bring it up because it was gonna sound like it was an excuse, but I think that definitely is there's something to mention with that. Go ahead, bro.
Like I said, Irv come back, JD come back. If TC put Travis in the slot,
okay,
that's an easy 10 10-year touchdown for just to be a freshman. Because ain't nobody in the SWAC, ain't no defense in the SWAC gonna keep up with him.
You think so?
He is shifty.
Man, listen.
Very
When
shifty.
when
Very
he
shifty.
hit that hole, Ken, last night, when he hit that hole, when Jacobin gave him that ball and he went, I said, man, listen, that's FBS talent.
True.
That's FBS talent. Like you don't like, just like they coach, like his coach said, that players like that come down a dozen.
Okay.
Especially coming and playing for the, FCS SWAC or whatever they call it.
Good deal. Hold right there. Let me jump in because I want to get Jay Shaw in. Urban and Bold. What's up, bro?
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to see all of the game because I was busy studying. But I was wondering, where was Irv Mulligan, JD Martin? That played a key part in our offense. I'm over here talking with my friends. We about to win this game, and I expected to win the game in a kind of a way in a way that we did win the game. But I was wondering where are the key factors of our offense at?
JD and Irv didn't play last night.
That's a big mistake, man. I mean, I'm no coach. I can't determine who plays, but
it's pause, bro.
I'm sorry.
JD and Irv will play when they play. And that's as far as I'm gonna go with that. It's not a mistake. They will be playing. It was a coach's decision, and I'll leave it at that.
One last thing.
Trust me, it wasn't a mistake. It's just
because I'm reminded when the opponent that we typically beat up on, I ain't gonna call it name, they orange and green, when they played North Carolina, they suddenly people wasn't eligible. Now I'm trying to see like what's going on with this now. I'm starting to see a pattern with this.
What you talking?
So when FAMU played North Carolina, suddenly their key players wasn't available to play.
Stop. Do not insinuate that the reason that Irv and JD didn't play has anything to do with anything that happened at FAMU. It is not. Listen to me, brother, and I'm just being straight. I'm not going to speak on that. And it's not a problem. It's not a mistake. It's not a coach. Listen, they did not play last night. So I'm only going to speak on the players that, look, this is a public YouTube platform, and I am an insider with Jackson State University. If the school don't tell you about a player that doesn't hit the field, I ain't going to tell you. And I'm not saying that to be disrespectful in any type of way. I'm telling you that I sit here and watch people talk, and I know what it is. All I'm saying is that the players that played last night are the players that played last night. And when you see those players that you mentioned, you'll be excited to see them. You'll see them pretty soon. And it ain't got nothing to do with what you insinuate. Don't do this. This is what you don't have to do. We don't have to make up stuff because we don't know.
True.
We just leave it alone. You're not going. I'm not going down that road, man. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't trying to insinuate anything, but I'm gonna just say this:
we
gonna win the SWAC. That's it.
I'm with you. Don't say you didn't because you had a whole soliloquy about FAMU players being ineligible, and next thing you know, folks gonna be like, "See, on the show, Ken, what they done?" No. I had to stop you because you playing a game that that don't need to be played, and it ain't that. So
by no means is this your platform. I didn't mean disrespecting.
No. I don't take it disrespect. What I'm doing with you, brother, is you said what a lot of people are thinking, and I appreciate that. What I'm doing is I ain't even talking at you. I'm addressing the energy of nosiness. Now I'm just teasing, bro. They didn't play last night. And they didn't have nothing to do with nothing bad.
Indeed.
They didn't. You'll see them, and I'm excited to see them. They look good too, by the way. I said they look good. They look good. They look great. You'll see them soon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right.
What's up, brother Jay Shaw?
My dog, man. What's up, baby? We back, man. The season is here. It's been such a long time, man. We here though.
Man, we here, bro. Hey, we finally got some football. Yeah, you know it's
Man.
real when Jackson State fans are going crazy and for whatever for good reasons. We go crazy now. We take our football serious, man. We
Yeah,
lose, we
you got
lose.
you
I'm
gotta love it. You wouldn't have it no other way, man.
I gotta make you laugh. TJ, I gotta TJ. I want you to unmute your phone real quick. I got something I want to tell you. Let me go ahead and unmute TJ. TJ, can you hear me?
Yeah, I agree.
I need you to do me a favor, bro. You know I love you, bro. I need you to change that battery in that damn.
Okay.
You're driving me nuts with that. Boy, you're driving me crazy, man. Lord have mercy. Every time DJ be taking his time. Boy, that thing been done beat 3 times before you done made your point. Beep.
My Lord in my house doing the same thing.
Telling you.
Man, get you a chair. Most folks don't have step ladders. You know, that's the bougie shit. Go get you one of them dining room chairs, man. Put your hand up there and take that thing, unplug it and put this how you remember. I'm gonna teach you a little something. Take it off the wall, bro. Just twist it, bring it down, unplug it, and then take the battery out and sit it on the counter. Because it ain't gonna go off if listen, it ain't the battery screwed up. So if the cow catch on fire, it ain't gonna work no way because it ain't got no battery.
Okay. You know what crazy? You know what crazy, Ken? I used to be a punch tech and do apartments and know how to do it and just ain't got up there yet. Ain't that
You know
crazy
what that
shit?
means, bro? That means you tired, man. You come home, TJ be like, man, the hell with that thing, man.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, that's what it be.
So it's a sensory fatigue, man. That's what it is. It's like the people who got bad kids, but they think that their kids are civil until they take them out in public, and then they be terrorizing the community, not the community, but like the store, and they mom them be numb to everything that they do. And we be looking like, ma'am, can you get your bad kid? They jumping all over the stuff. They touching me. They over here all in my face. And I don't want to be like, kid, get the hell away from me. Because that's not publicly correct, right? But you look at the parent and be like, hi, I need you to get your baby. Because I don't want your kid over here all in front of me. It's not, anyway. You get my point, bro. You got fatigued in the ears, bro. So you need to change that.
Okay.
Let me go back to Jay Shaw and I'll come to you, Doc. Go ahead, bro.
Nah, man, but so couple questions for you.
Yep.
One thing that I observed was the D line. I didn't think that they would get pushed backwards like that. I think, tackling was a big problem, but I think that these smaller guys were put in some pretty tough situations, man. That D line getting pushed back like that in the zone scheme, in the zone scheme, the idea is to create a push and then to climb up to the next level.
Yes,
so a lot of the times, those old linemen were getting so much push on the initial contact. They was getting up to them linebackers, and that big boy 22 coming through that hole, and he looking for a 180-pound, Isaias.
Yeah.
And he got the better of the defense a couple of times in that instant. That was very, very surprising to me. I thought it would be more of a draw the line. Maybe that's just me underestimating, what ULM had up front.
Yeah,
but
I think that's part of it. I think that is. I think that I thought their old line was pretty damn good, in my opinion. I mean, shit, man. We adjusted and we kind of stabilized it a little bit, and then they started going to the little underneath passes and stuff. You know what I mean? Here and now, they didn't run as much in the second half. They didn't have the exact same success, but they scored though. You know what I mean? They scored when they needed to, and that was the that third touchdown that put them at 21 was a long run with a big hole. So we gotta go back. We had some moments. on our D line where we were able to really get some push. And what the problem was, though, it was kind of a mixture of both. When we did get to the running back, we didn't tackle well. That's what that makes the point. So if we make those tackles, like what Zoe said earlier, was hell, they go down in the backfield. But if you make the point of contact at the line of scrimmage and you get carried 3 yards forward, shit, you just lost that battle, man. So he said it earlier, tackling.
But see, that's my next question for you, because we all watched last year, and that was one of the biggest problems last year.
I don't think it's the same. I think that's just an isolated game. I think we need more of a sample size. I said that to someone I was talking to today. I said we kind of got a little last year's PTSD from how bad of a tackling job we did, and it didn't help the narrative that we came out and didn't tackle well. But I think we need a little bit more than a sample than one game to determine whether we are a good tackling team or not. Or maybe some people feel like, well, in that one game, is it possible that you could have had a bad first game and then be pretty solid the rest of the season?
Possible.
Reason I say that is because if y'all remember in 2021, we lost to ULM. We lost to them then. We couldn't stop that damn quarterback. We had some moments. We didn't give up 30 points, but
that coaching staff is still having that problem. But that's a different topic for a different day. But
you know what I thought about too, though, and this is just me asking the question, man. And maybe it's just this is just has. Because when you look at some of these players, these greats, man, who was thumpers, has defenses just become tackling challenged anyway because of the
rules? Yes.
Because of the rules, you kind of crippled to where you can tackle.
Yes. You have to think. You have to think. It's a lot more thinking.
I go high and wrap this together, and I'm gonna get called for a targeting, so I got to go low at a disadvantage. But you know what the runner gets to do? The runner could run over my ass, man.
And the way that they teach tackling nowadays is harder to make that tackle consistently. So now, back in the day, right, they used to teach you to put your head in front, put your head across the ball carrier's body, right?
Yep.
Nowadays, they teaching these kids to put their head behind the body and roll. So naturally, that becomes an arm tackle. You have to think about this now. Ooh. If my head is behind them, the only thing that is stopping momentum is my arm. That's essentially, people are being taught arm tackles.
Arm tackles don't work.
Back in the day, you put your head across. When you're coming at an angle, you put your head in front of the ball carrier, so that way he has to run through your entire body.
Man, I got the worst stinger, bro, with a big running back trying to tackle when I was playing middle linebacker. I tried to arm tackle, and I felt like my damn arm went numb, and and the tip of my fingers felt like they were wet. Like I dipped my fingers in water, and everything else just was numb. And then it came back, and it's pain. You feel limp. Yeah, bro, you deal with that, But I'm not making any excuses. I mean, you got to go make the tackle. It's the game you play. You got to be good at it. Get better at it. Here's the other thing too. When you are practicing against your team and you're not tackling as much as you used to tackle, a lot of times you pulling up, and you may go make contact, but you're not tackling as much as you used to back in the day when we played football. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times it's almost like two-hand touch because you wrap up, you go in with some physicality and you wrap up, but you ain't really like trying to,
not in practice.
Especially in practice when you're getting injured, there's injury that's happening and all that good stuff. And then sometimes coaches will make the decision to not go full speed, not full speed, but go full on contact to save their team from running into serious depth issues due to injuries. And I know injuries can happen whenever, but in order to learn how to tackle, you got to tackle, man.
Got to tackle.
So now that the season is there, hey, you know what you got to work on. You know what you got to go do. So I think everybody made that point. What else you got?
I mean, the last thing is just a kind of a conversation piece, right? So when we say these games against these FBS schools, and everybody like people lose by 30 points, but say, "Oh, we played great. We had a chance." I don't like that. Now, if you're playing against Georgia, if you're playing against a conference champion, okay, I give you that argument. But if you're just playing some run of the mill G5 school, the mentality has to be win that game. Not we made it close and we hung in there for 3 quarters.
I agree.
Like I hate it. And it's like every fan base is jumping up and down. Oh, we scored 14 points. You lost. So it's like
I feel like that game was a very winnable game for us. We lost the game because we didn't do what we could have done better to win the game. I feel like, let me give you an example. I feel like we got whooped worse versus FAMU last year than that game we played yesterday.
Yeah.
And that FAMU game was it an 18-point loss? Or was it a 10? What was it? What did we lose by?
Lost by 18. 20
But I'm just saying, like, we got dominated though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that game was very, very winnable.
The game last night was very winnable. Like,
for sure.
That's all I'm saying. Like, when you have game-altering mistakes that lead to points, man, bro.
But like A&T versus Wake Forest, A&T fans is jumping up and down for joy. Like,
what was the final score of that game? I watched it.
It was like 14-40 something.
44-10.
44-10. No. You know what I'm saying? And we talking about, oh, A&T looked great. No, they didn't.
No.
They got beat to sleep. Howard versus Rutgers. Howard played good for a quarter. But, I think that this mentality has to change. We can't make the excuse, oh, it's an FBS. No. You playing football. The scholarship limit don't matter because it's only 11 people on the field at one time. And you ain't going 85 deep in your depth for the scholarship. If you got 85 people on scholarship, it's 33 people that actually get into a game.
Man, we went to that game yesterday to win. We did, man. We played to win when we just didn't execute to the fullest. And that's why when I said on Wednesday, we are going to ULM to win. We're not going to just play. We're coming in there to win. We really felt like I was just standing there on the sideline, just kind of picking up on the energy, bro. And then Doc, I'll let you jump in after this. I felt like the consensus energy was like, damn, bro, we let this game get away from us. We knew we was a better team, and we lost to a team that we felt like we were better than. That's how we felt. And somebody may say, nah, I don't believe that. That's cool. That's cool. But at the same time, I'm just saying, like, if you got a team like that they did nothing to beat themselves, bro, except a couple of penalties to back them up a little bit, but they didn't do nothing to beat themselves. We were the only ones that did stuff to kind of mess us up. All I wanted to know was, I just wondered what it would have felt like to be 7-7 and hey, I wonder what their mentality would have been, knowing we get to come back out and get the ball. And I really wanted to just see them play from behind just once, man. But it seemed like every time we had a chance to get the lead and make them play from behind, we did some self-inflicted stuff. That's what we did. So
at least you got Lane coming up. You should beat them to sleep, man.
We will.
Beat them to sleep.
We will. I'm not doing that. I'm not sugarcoating it. Lane's gonna get destroyed, man.
Destroyed. Beat to sleep.
Said that's true. That's true, EA. That is. Doc, what you got, buddy? Go ahead.
Man, my good points, it was I mean, the defense looked better from last year. Reed Pulliam is the truth, as you was telling me on Wednesday.
Started slow, had a better second half. Yep.
Right. Rob McDaniel being out for the first half because of what happened last year. Kind of, it really didn't do as much, but when he got in the game, he got some playing time. But offensive wise, I feel like really Jacoby was efficient. He was efficient. 23 of 28, 283, a touchdown and an interception. So and touchdown running too. So he had 2 touchdowns total.
Yeah.
So I think it was he was efficient. They geared up to stop the run. ULM. I'll say this. General Booty look average to me.
Okay.
Average. So
but what was he asked to do that would have made him?
basically all he was at, really in reality he was asked to manage the game. That in my sense, my take, he was just asked to manage the game. Don't do too much fancy stuff. Just go out there, couple of throws, 7 yards here, 10 yards here, dink and dunk. Run when you can, but other than that, but we was talking about the O-line. I said they were gonna do zone blocking because the way that the line was, their offensive line was structured. So I was like, they're gonna try to zone block us to death.
They did it. They did it
And
well.
They did.
They did it well. I think but I think we learned from that.
Yeah.
I think we know we were better than what we shown. Sometimes when you get something a little different than what you've seen, you kind of got to adjust. And sometimes when you going up against a certain scheme, you got to just do your part to set up your teammate.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You may not be the one that's going to make that play. Yeah, that's what I said. Like this is a good point. Booty did what he needed
to do. Yeah, he was serving. He was a serviceable quarterback.
He wasn't asked for a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't have to. When you got a running back that's getting 5 yards a carry, 5.5 a carry, shit, he feed him. So. But again, Jay Shaw, you think is like is it far-fetched to say, man? Do you see any other SWAC team that could beat that team?
Right now, no.
I don't think so either. I think that.
But I don't know, because I think Jackson State could have beat that team.
Yeah.
So if we look at again,
that's why I say
if we're talking about, like, that's why I say, like, G5 schools that aren't conference champions, I think that a conference champion at an FCS level can beat a team that's not a champion at their level. So who knows? Do I think that maybe whoever comes out on top of the SWAC this year could possibly beat a G5 team like ULM? Yeah, I do. I believe that. I just don't. Again, it's kind of like how you said, you got to play a good game. You got to play good football. You can't beat yourself.
Yep.
You can't be bad at tackling. When you got a chance to make a play, you got to make a play.
Yeah, you gotta win. You gotta win that play. And we lost some plays, man. We lost some plays on offense. We lost some plays on defense, and then it stacks up against you because you allow them to sustain drives. That's how you get 9.5 minutes of time of possession. You got less opportunities because they just suck the air out of the ball and just nickel and dime you, all the way down the field. So you got to be able to get out the field on third down, or second down, whatever, You got to be able to end drives for the team. And then when you get in those positions to where you can end the drives, you can't beat yourself. You know what I'm saying?
It was
I
something.
mean, and this is the thing. I'm pretty sure y'all would. It just comes down to if that's the case. Like everything is about matchups, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna say I don't think anybody beats them in our conference at this very moment, unless they play a great game.
But styles make fights. So there's different different teams do different things. Like everybody's saying that they should have been more vertical, but I don't necessarily think that that's Jacoby and Morgan's strength to throw 12 vertical passes in a game. I don't know.
There was some games last year he did that, and he wasn't very efficient. I mean,
you get what I'm saying. So who's to say?
That argument is the fact that we were like 4 for 4 when it happened. So people were like, "Well, shit. If ULM is doing what they saw working for them and consistently doing that, then why don't we do it? Why we go away from what works?"
But at the same time, like even the touchdown pass that he threw to 16, that was a great play by the receiver. That wasn't a great ball. Like you don't want to throw that ball over and over again throughout the course of the game, because in all actuality that ball should have been picked off. But
good catch. He readjusted and get out the way. Go get
what I'm saying? So so when you have players make those great plays, it's called a 50-50 ball for a reason.
That's a good point.
And make them look good too.
That's right, man. Hey, listen, look, everybody makes great points, man. I love it because it's like this when you talk football, man, everything works if it's executed correctly. A simple dive is effective if the O-line blocks and creates a hole in the running back. The snap is good. The quarterback hands it off. The running back receives it, and he gets down the field. You can get 5 to 7 yards on that play. But it has to be executed.
Mm-hmm.
So Ken,
that's my fault. Go ahead, Doc.
No, I was just saying as far as when our O-line.
Who was going to ask me a question? Somebody was going to ask a question.
Oh, that was me.
Okay. Was it TJ or was it Doc?
Yeah, it was me too. But go ahead, Doc.
No, I was just saying our O-line actually did. I mean, as far as protecting the quarterback, pass blocking, they look good. At certain points in the game. As far as pass blocking, I just needed to see more. We need to see more aggression on run blocking. But I mean, they ULM stacked the line. They was bringing 5, 6, 7 dudes in the box.
Yeah, so you gotta exploit that strategically. What you got, TJ?
So Ken, let me ask you this now. Now I was thinking about this right here, and the reason, and I'm going back to the reason why I said that we're gonna get a swag here. Just think about when we came out second half, that the start of the third quarter, how fast when we went up tempo and went and scored. That was a beautiful thing to see, and we take that into the season. Man, it's gonna be a lot. But I'm telling you, if that's us, we putting up at least 30, 40 points.
But here's the other thing. I'm with that, and I agree. But what's also right now us is a lot of screen passes, a lot of short stuff, and then a lot of staring at the sideline. We gotta get the plays in. We gotta get the calls in. Kobe and got to go a lot faster. Whatever the case may be, whatever that should look like. And I think I'm saying that with the notion that I really feel like that's all going to get better and it's going to change because you start building. I don't give a damn how many times you scrimmage, man. There really is no way to simulate a game unless you play a game. You can get close. It's just too much situation. In the game, you don't get do-overs. It's like this is what the moment is. and then you got to make it. You got to make that happen. So those who do it well to prepare, they really create the games. I think, hell, if I'm having a scrimmage, you finna play a whole game. Well, we finna have to do what we do. You know what I'm saying? But at least a half or whatever the case may be, like a sprint. But I really don't. I really didn't. The only thing that, based off of what I said on Wednesday, the only thing that didn't hit was we didn't get the W. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel no different. It does sound kind of homish to say that the dark side is back. If you go out there and you had you laid a bird egg, not a chicken egg, the bird is a chicken, but you know what I'm saying? You laid a sort of kind of like a small egg on your first game against a tougher, a foe that's a higher level. But I said this too today. I said, listen, we're a SWAC team and we play in the SWAC, and our goal is to win the SWAC. Now, you definitely want to play up and win every game you play. But at the end of the day, we didn't lose anything last night but the game. We might have lost some fans. Fans might have lost some whatever for whomever they feel whatever for. But
I lost some money because I took the points. God damn it.
That was the other thing that I was looking at too, bro. I was like, shit. I said 24-21 because I was like, fuck, man. I wanted that game to be, if we were going to lose, I was like, we got to at least lose close, man, to get, not even just from a point standpoint, but just give ourselves a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to score when they had 24 to get to 21 and then see if we can go on defense and stop them. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to put ourselves in a situation where we can at least try to make the damn thing interesting, and it just seemed like it just got away from us.
Yeah, they changed the line. They changed the line from 7.5 to 4.5, like an hour and a half before the game started.
Shit, that's because of that damn rain. You sit there for 2. Let me ask you this, man. Thoughts on that? First home game, first game of the season. You go in there to play a 6 o'clock game, and then you got to sit for 2 hours.
Shouldn't be no excuse.
Yep.
It don't affect much.
It shouldn't. Yeah, it shouldn't be no excuse.
Got it.
I see somebody in the chat say it's hard to tackle on a wet field. I say, oh, he must not have never played no ball before.
I asked the question,
No, not you. Somebody in the chat said it.
No, I've actually, no, what I'm saying is that a wet field can be
a factor. And it really is hard, man.
It can be.
It's hard because it's wet, both of you guys slippery. So especially like you said, ULM has some good backs, and they just it all plays a part.
Did ULM really? Did you watch this game and say, "Damn, ULM tackles extremely well"?
No.
Or did we just not take advantage of?
We didn't take advantage, because what I would have did. See, when I was sitting there just watching the game, see this what we did. Okay, when we did use Travis, we was doing like strings. Like I was like that take too long to develop. I'm like, why not just use them in jet sweeps? Get them on the outside, because like I said, them linebackers not catching him. Like he too fast for that. You know what I'm saying? Like let's just move the ball.
I think we ran him on a jet sweep, got a first down, and I think it was hell of face mask. They just didn't call it. I think that's the play. Now, what I haven't done is I haven't watched the game over. I am going to go back and watch the game over this weekend and just kind of come back Monday and just get my closing remarks on it. You know what I mean?
Because to be real, Ken, I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. ULM left the middle of the field wide open all
They
night
did.
long.
They did.
Well, if it ain't open, if you don't see it and you don't use it.
Yep.
Another thing I like what we did last night was utilization of the tight end.
Yep.
Whoever landed in wherever we got him from, thank you. Thank you. He can block, and definitely he can catch.
Yeah.
And he got some wheels on it too. So it could be a mismatch with them linebackers, and you just gotta exploit it. You gotta exploit it.
That tight end is gonna win JSU a lot of games this year.
Man, I can see that, and I absolutely hope so. You know what I mean? He had a good game, man. He had a good game, and I just think we have to go to him. We got to use him, and I think we will. You know what I'm saying? I really do. It's always I just want to see what coach does. You know what I'm saying? How does he adjust and come back out? And might say, well, it's just Lane. I don't give a damn who it is, man. It could be Chastain Middle School. I want to see, kill, and destroy. You know
Kill
what
a
I'm saying?
gnat with a sledgehammer, baby.
Man, for real, bro. Can Morgan read defense? Oh, you mean Morgan? Yeah, I think he
Man, he ain't gonna be no starter. He can't read no defense, man. We gotta stop disrespecting these kids, man.
yeah, I think he did a pretty good job of
It ain't like he was throwing in the coverage or nothing like that. Like,
no, he wasn't. He really wasn't he didn't
we
put
got
the ball in harm's way.
people gotta relax, man.
Hey, 23 out of 28 for completion, 228 yards. I'm pretty sure he can read a defense.
But you know what I will say is, with TC saying that it was such a good battle throughout camp, I do wonder, how he calls the game with different guys in there, which is going to be interesting for this lane game, because I do think, we'll be able to see everybody get in there and to kind of see exactly like we know what the Zy McDonald plan looks like, right? We saw that last year at FAMU, but the other kid, what's his name, Cam, interested to see what that play call style looks like.
So he said the deep balls are not accurate. He only threw the ball 4 times deep, and he completed all them passes. Now one of them was that ball that the Fortillion went and made and got it, but the other one was the pass down to the tight end. That was on the money. You know? So I don't know what you mean by that. Yeah, that was the McCoy play was a bit puzzling. I thought he was finna run. I thought he was gonna take off. That is my thought process. Can our DBs play man? Yeah, they can. I think we played into a strategy in which we had a game plan as far as what we wanted to do. DJ, I don't think you got to worry about that one, bro. I don't. I said, well, you don't really know. We don't. Man, I don't. Man, listen, we're gonna beat
Man,
the
he
hell.
struggled against Lane, throw the whole season away.
If we have a couple of series where we got to figure it out, okay. But man, I need a 50 ball on Lane. I mean that, and that ain't even. Oh man, Lane, I don't give a damn about what they got, what they talking about. It ain't even close. We need to go utterly destroy. I'm talking about. I'm for real, man. No, they they could do the same thing. They could take the air out of the ball and try to run, you know what I'm saying? Run, but we gonna clean that up. I can guarantee you that we trying to Lane gonna have to get the issue because of what happened yesterday. And we got a couple of extra days to prepare. So we got a couple extra days of rest. Oh man, you're not finna get me on here talking about tiptoeing around. And like I said, they ain't got no disrespect to Lane. I ain't even seen him. Don't have to see him. But I know they ain't got what we got. And if we can't be confident about going into a game against a 3-2 opponent, I don't care nothing about what happened with Tennessee State a couple years ago. Don't mean nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? Jordan Farmer gone to the NFL, ain't he? I'm just saying. So with that, we gotta go dominate. Like what you say, kill a gnat with a sled. That's what we gotta go do because we are preparing for Southern. Keep in mind, Lane is a tune-up game to get ready for Southern. You already know that game is gonna be a slobber knocker just because of the fact it's a rivalry game. Got a solid D line. We gonna find. Listen, let me say this as we get ready. We got about 10 minutes, like 9, 10 minutes left before we shut this down, man. Y'all got to go play football tomorrow, man. We played already. FAMU, y'all gonna beat South Carolina State? So, center. Let me say this about our center. Shout out to Muda, man. Muda worked his ass off to earn that spot. I think Muda came in as a walk-on, man. Muda was about, he was a bit undersized, and he definitely put the work in to get his playing weight up, and he earned the starting job, man. And he did his damn thing. And he had a couple of moments, but that was his first time starting in a D1 college football game. And he had a couple of moments. Cam had a couple plays in the fourth that just kind of, but for the most part, they kept the edges off for the quarterback, and I thought that was pretty solid. They had a couple of moments, just like ULM had a couple of moments. Even though they was opening them holes, hell, the players were there. They just needed to be there and make the tackles. You know what I'm saying? If the D-line eats up the bodies, and your second level got to go make them plays. And if we don't make them plays, then they win. And that's what happened. They running backs beat our backers initially. So we got to clean that up and fix that. But Nick, what else you got, brother?
Oh, Mr. Cam, thanks for having me on, but I really got nothing else to say. I just know it's actually going to be a great season for JSU.
Hey, man, I'm looking forward to playing in the vet next Saturday. Yeah. Hey, this is true. I told Kirk, man, listen, man. Hey, Blue, if I give out a damn game sticker, man, I give Kurt a sticker, man. Him and Evan, bro. Them boys, bro.
Yeah, that O-line was the truth, especially when they pulled on that play with Amar Miller and picked up that first down stuff. I'm like, this is.
I just know that their best edge rusher was. Now, Wells played well. Keontae Wells is somebody that we had coming on a visit from Colin. We wanted both of those edge rushers. And both of them signed with ULM. But I'll say this, man, Kurt was in pulling head so bad. it was something to behold, man. And Kurt was like, man, that joker ain't nothing, man. I loved it, man. Who would you go with? I said, who would you go with? Blue Towns, and Kirk took out the DN like he was a little kid. I'm serious. They side by side doing their thing. They over there tag teaming. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I like what I saw, man. I like what I saw out of them boys, man. And I think that they, Evan is first team all SWAC. You got to look at that. Kirk was on, the field still, maybe I think fourth team or something like that. But Kirk be doing his thing, man. Coach Manny got him right, man. Coach Beef got him right. They putting that work in. So I expect them to have really good seasons, barring no injuries. And we just going to go out and do our thing. Can your defense look improved? The flex 3-3-5 defense will be challenged by teams spreading you out, leaving 5, 6. Well, I think we're set up for the spread. That defense actually affects you more with the run than it does the pass. That defense is designed to stop the pass, bro. That's why they go. I mean, it's really a hybrid. That's why you get to a 4-2-5. You create a pass rush you're basically creating a pass rush with four linemen with second level support of a couple of backers in case you miss something up front, and you got 5 DBs to cover that spread. All 5 of those DBs, you don't have a linebacker in that 5th spot. So that's why I said at the beginning of the season, I felt like Robert McDaniel was so important to what we do, and for us to not be able to have him for the first half, it kind of set the tone. I don't know what it did for them. Like I said, I'm not going to speak for them. We just going off of observation, and it's okay. Again, look, JSU fans saw what you saw what you saw. You felt what you felt. I just think we got to do a better job of how we express what we feel publicly. Man, get on the phone and call your buddies, man, and talk shit. Get off the internet, man. But being like that, we don't have to. That does nothing for us, man. And then we really be on the internet trying to sell the culture in schools to kids that this is all I'm saying. I'm gonna say this as I get ready to roll. The stuff that we trip about is stuff that we use to recruit kids to come be a part of. You need everything you can get your hands on, Nick, when you're recruiting for, recruiting talent to come to HBCUs. And by talent, I don't mean just athletic talent. I mean students. And we are in a social media era, bro, where information is stimulated. You get to see me on the platform, and sometimes I'll express myself or whatever the case may be, but I don't watch the show. I actually live the show. It's a difference.
I see.
I don't get on this. I don't watch me. I just stay in the moment. I'm going to do what I always do. When the show is over with, I'm going to set up, do what I do, and I'm going to put it out there, and I'm going to move the fuck on. I'm not coming back to this show. I'm not even going to look at what we talked about tonight. So if I know what I said, I know what my intents were, and I know it got a little spicy, but sometimes I cuss because I know that's the only time people going to listen. You know what I'm saying? So this and that. So you don't even realize you're being drawn in emotionally to what we're doing. We got to have some showmanship too. We got to make the show interesting. It's an after dark show. You know what I'm saying? Talk a little HBCU football, cut a little loose with it, right? So hey, this ain't a church show. And with all due respect, can I be better in certain aspects? Sure, we can. We'll continue to work on being better. But in the end, what I'm saying is we trip over uniforms. Uniform is a recruiting tool. We trip over colors. Well, sometimes the color that you think that's a draw. We trip over. It's amazing how we can be mad at the Clarion Ledger for playing dirty journalism by saying nasty things about us in the airwaves. Yet we don't think that we're doing the same thing when we get on social media and say nasty things about coaches. This is all I'm saying. All right, Nick, let me say it this way. And I'm gonna bounce this off of you. If you feel like a coach or a player is trash, do you really have to verbalize it publicly in order for you to know that you feel that way?
No.
You already know that's how you feel.
Exactly.
Well, you already know that that's how you feel. My question is, what does doing that do for you?
It does nothing for you, in my opinion. Stuff you just breeding negativity.
It does more harm than good, man. And I'm just saying, oftentimes we don't think about those people who are just watching and looking and whatever the case may be, and we try to sell a product that we say we love. I'm sorry, man. If I got a friend, I'm gonna give you this analogy. Man, I'm so damn sick of Swag Surf. I don't ever want to hear that Swag Surf song again. Man, I got that swag. They played that shit 20 times last night, bro.
Oh yeah, I was watching the game. They did play it a lot.
So Brianna, you know what that means? Well, you already know what that means. I'm not gonna leave that alone. But let me say this, y'all. If I'm gonna give you a scenario and I'm gonna leave, I promise you.
Okay.
If If I'm with a woman and I say I love this woman, right?
Right.
Hey, Nick, if I'm hanging out with you and every time I get mad, I'm telling you things about her in a very disrespectful manner, how am I going to be able to get mad if you don't think that's going to affect how you view that person that I say I love?
Yeah. So I would
Not
say,
just, so here's all I want to that's one analogy.
mm-hmm.
As a man, you know what I'm saying? You know, anyone that has ever been married, okay?
Which I am right now.
Okay? Follow me. Nicholas, you are more forgiving to the person that you love than your family.
Okay.
Rule of thumb for married people. No matter how bad it is today, your mama, your brother, your cousin don't love that man or that woman like you do.
That's true.
And love will make you forgive people for stuff that they done to you. But your family may not forgive them. So you have to be very careful what information that happens inside your house, you taking that over there to your family's house. I said, what is Ken talking about? I'm just telling you.
Now I know what you're talking about.
You shape how other people see that thing that you say you love by how you speak about it. I say, man, Ken tripping. Now we can't have an opinion about the coaches. I never said you can't have no opinion. All I'm saying to you is everything ain't public consumption. And it don't matter if you got Facebook pages that are supposed to be private. Everything that's public is public, man. It don't matter if it's in a group, because people within those groups are screenshotting those messages and they send it out. Nothing is sacred anymore, man. Nothing is. And all I'm saying is that have your opinions, be frustrated, but do like some folks. Pick the phone up and call your circle and vent. Go to the barbershop and vent. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you need. I'm just saying, whatever you need to do. It's just dangerous to put it in the airwaves. And coaches see that stuff, man. You have conversation with coaches like, damn, bro, that's crazy, bro. Folks saying da 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 da. Damn, one game, bro. This what folks are feeling. So when that time come, and let's say, listen to this, I'm gonna give you a scenario. So let's say you got a new coach that's new to this culture, and like, damn, the love is this, da, da, da. And guess what? We had one bad game, and we ready to throw the baby out with the bathwater. And listen, Nick, check this out, Nick. Let's say they clean it up. The tackling gets better. We start dominating. Now everybody got their chest stuck out. Now everybody banging on their chest, talking shit, right?
Right.
And they looking good. You know what we're gonna say? Man, I hope we can keep such and such.
Yeah.
Man, that coach might say, man, I need to win so I can get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm not saying it'll play out that way. I'm just saying we just have to be careful. That's why I went back and I said, hey, let me make sure that when I went on my rant, some people, I had some folk kind of come at me in a nasty way. And I was just letting them know, look, man, leave me the hell alone. I ain't finna go back and forth with you. It ain't even personal. I'm just speaking to stuff. So I never get that. I've gotten better. I used to do it, and I ain't judging nobody. I'm just saying, let's get better at how we express our frustrations, and let's not go out there publicly, because I swear to y'all, man, some of the same folks that be out there speaking stuff disgustingly about what they saw, they get mad when the newspaper say certain things, and we always, it seems to sting a little harder when it's somebody of a different hue. You know what I'm saying? Why they say this, and this? Well, you say it. What make you might as well. And don't ever become the thing that you complain about. So I'll say it this way. I'm going to be better about how I say certain things. I said some things publicly based off the little posts about the colors and stuff. And immediately in my conscience, it was saying, man, go out there delete that. That ain't for the public. That don't, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't trying to be disrespectful with the colors. I just was asking questions like, why are we so conflicted over this? Why do we make this so complicated? Somebody may still take it out of context. If they do, they do. Don't mean no harm by it, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm just expressing myself. We got to stop making stuff so complicated, and we got to be a little bit better with what we do. Give it a little time. Give it a little time. And I think it'll turn around for us. It's football season. I know we love it. You saw what you saw.
Yep.
I support it. You got your opinion just like everybody else. It's just what you do with that information is always the thing that I say. I just question some things, but maybe I'm looked at as a coward and they look at it as some type of hero. I don't know. Maybe it's me. My dad say leave room for error, so I leave room for error. Maybe it's me. If I offended anybody tonight, forgive me. That wasn't my intent. But we be passionate about this, man. I was frustrated too. I'm not frustrated at anybody. I'm just frustrated at the fact that, damn, we was right there. That's kind of how I feel. Like, man, I wish we could, but we didn't. So I hope everybody got it out, man. Hope y'all flush it and vent and all that good stuff, and we can move on, man. You got anything else? I'm done, brother. Appreciate you. So
nothing else. I'll just leave you with that. But how you felt and stuff like last night when you said we were so close to stuff, I felt the same. I felt the same way and stuff, especially after that face man, after that face mask call and they went and scored. I'm like, they would have stopped them. They would have scored. They would have went down and scored again.
I feel like we would.
I know they would. I know they would have scored. It ain't no feel like I know JSU would have went down and scored again.
I felt like we would have scored, man.
They would have scored again. They would have put pressure on UL Monroe.
That's all I wanted.
They would have put the pressure on them.
Now, just because let's say we do score and it's 21-14 Jackson State.
Yeah.
Doesn't guarantee we win. I'm not saying we win. All I wanted to see was I wanted them to have to play with their back against the wall. You see what I'm saying? And I just we didn't do enough to put them in that situation. We didn't create anxiety for them, bro.
Yeah, because you would have created anxiety for UL Monroe, especially this is coach first game and stuff. It would have put pressure on. They would have made a mistake, and I know that for a fact. It wouldn't have been running the ball, but they probably would have asked General Booty to do something, and something would have happened, or whatsoever, or they would have had to punt. I really feel like Jackson State's defense would have stopped them again, and Jackson would have found a way to either run that clock out, play ball containment, or score again and keep pressure on them. That game was very I watch other YouTubers and stuff. I ain't gonna call their names and stuff, but they love JSU. They love what JSU do, and I agree with what one of them say. JSU we gave that game away.
I accept anything that anybody said based off of their football acumen. I ain't even gonna try to tell people. I stopped trying to tell people what they didn't see or argue with them and act like my opinion is greater than theirs. Yeah, man. People saw what they saw. They felt how they felt based off of what they saw, and whatever that is, it's cool. I'm really intrigued to see how we adjust and how we come back out. How we gonna look next game? That's what I'm intrigued by now.
Yeah.
I'm saying, okay, all right, we did all that. Everything is right there. Everything's out in the open now. All right, how we gonna fix it?
Yeah.
How we gonna look next time we come out? And that's my only thought process when it comes to, what's next, man. So I can dig it, man. I can dig it. Yep. Brother, I appreciate you, man. Face mask penalty was way worse than the play call because people were complaining about. Was way worse than the play. Oh yeah, that one making this up, but one of their fans kept yelling, "Give me more."
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me see this. I'm gonna get Brother Seeley and I'm gone. I'm making someone fan. Give me more booty. Yeah, they were saying that. I heard that. I heard that, Brother Seeley. And I told him that he was a true fan because there's no way. I was standing over there by the student section, then I started standing over there by the band, just kind of watching. I felt like it kind of got away with but I will say this though. I said I was finna go, and I am gonna go. And I know it sounds like Ken be saying it all the time. I wanted to just acknowledge the players for. I didn't see anybody over there pouting. I didn't see anybody over there not accepting the coaching. This team is a team. You know, this is a team-led. This is a team-led team, bro. They got great leadership on this team, and I think from what I gathered from talking to a particular coach tonight and some players that I speak with, the players feel like they can take a lot away from this game, and it's gonna be fuel. The chatter, the noise, their shortcomings. You saw Isaias in here speaking on my head. They all feel like, you know what? We let one get away. We got to be better. We ain't making no excuses. Let's go dominate everybody else. That's the mentality, and I freaking love it. I love it. So let's go do it. We go kick Lane in the teeth, and we come back. We 1-1. We 1-0 at home, like Zoe said, and we'll see how we feel. Because some people might say, yeah, y'all did this and that, but that's Lane, though. Let's see y'all against Southern. That's fair. Southern and Grambling next after Lane. So we got to go handle business, man. And then after that, I think we go to Texas Southern. So I'm ready, man. I'm excited to see some football tomorrow. That's not Jackson State. I get to watch football, SWAC football tomorrow with no emotions. I know everybody else going to be enjoying it. So all you smack talkers, all you crap talkers who pissing on Jackson State today, y'all better go win. And for the record, EA, I'm rooting for South Carolina State. I want you to know that. Go Bulldogs.
Hey, I was getting ready to say the same thing. I can't wait to see how everybody else don't got their laughs out of the way. They ball in your court.
Hey, Kobe, I need y'all to go handle business, dog.
Hey, Phoenix better have 256 yards passing with a completion rating of 65% and 3 TDs.
Hey, listen. Only reason I want them to lose, I want y'all to understand. I want y'all to be clear about why I want you to. I just want to see what y'all going to say. Not that I really care. If y'all win, cool. We know y'all going to lose the next 2 FBS games. But I just want to see what y'all going to say. That's what I want y'all to see. I want to see. Now, they win, they win. They be 2-0. They get to stick their chest out and say, y'all thought we was going to lose. We dominated. Okay, cool. Then they get to go be 2-2 because we know they probably going to lose both of those FBS games. Maybe they can split with Troy. I don't know. We'll see. They got a good roster. I don't think so. But I ain't rooting for South Carolina State. I'm just talking smack. I'm going to watch the game, and I'm going to see what happens. But anywho, appreciate y'all, man. Listen, Zoe and I are heading to the Orange Blossom Classic this weekend. We will be there Sunday for the game. So I'll be leaving Canton, Ohio, and I'll be heading over there to Miami. Family, hit that link that's in the button. It's at the top of the chat. Join the collective, man. Go check us out, man. NIL is important. If you see these players coming into Jackson, we got to try to keep them in there. I had a conversation with somebody on the sideline. Was like, well, I don't really blame them for leaving because, they can go get money. I'm like, yeah, we can do something too. So click that button, join this wave, pick a package that work for you, and get active with us. Do y'all love? Go Tigers. Nick, I appreciate you for coming on, man. I see y'all. I'll be dropping some content from my Canton, Ohio visit. Be dropping some content from Miami, and then I'm going home. And I see y'all Saturday versus Lane. So, all right, brother. Appreciate you for coming up, man.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Hey, no problem. Peace out, everybody. We'll end with a word from one of our channel sponsors, ShotRx, Dr. Ted. Peace out.
ShotRx is bringing healthcare to you. With our mobile health team, we can come to your school, church, or business to take care of you. We offer childhood immunizations, COVID and flu vaccinations, physicals, and much more. Don't put your health off. Welcome to Care and Compassion. Welcome to ShotRx.